I, there. Hey, what's going on, Kasmi? Hey, Cosby. Just doing a little work, I guess. Let's play some music, shall we? Kind of mood. Man, Twin Flames. I'm gonna wait till some people on here. Tell you, when you think you know something, man, the universe, bruh. Dang. And it's better. It's beautiful. It's very interesting. So let's do some twin flame music for those who's in the twin flame and attracting and right. Like I'm not. Listen, I get now for people who are like spiritual and talk about source. This is source moving, right? And I'm just like, bruh. Because just like less than a week ago, I was like, listen, I'm like this close for debunking twin flames. And somebody asked me a question, and I was like, see? And then I thought about it, I was like, no, twin flames is not a physical thing. It's a vibrational thing. And if you truly are my twin flame, it doesn't matter what you got going on. My existence is to be vibrationally in sync with you so that you and I can increase both our lives, whether I'm married, whether I got kids, whether I got business, whether I'm in the right, and vice versa. And when I started realizing like twin flames, and the reason why I couldn't see the other way around it because I was looking at it physically. When I started looking at it vibrationally, yeah, you can't vibrate this high by yourself. There's other people who can, right? So, but yeah, we'll be hopping on that tonight. Hey, Miss May. Thank you, Banks. I'm good. What's up, Shorty? I, I say I don't know how to do readings. However, never really tried. So I'll talk to you and we can figure some things out. I seem to do pretty good with that sometimes. Do I do free readings? Like I say, I don't do readings. May I please have a love reading? Once again, like seriously, somebody said, "What's a love reading?" Somebody told what a love reading was. In fact, give me a second. I got you. I got you. Right. So right now, my brain downloaded. Right now, I heard love reading. What is a love reading? Why, as a person, I make myself you. I just hear the question in my head. I want a love reading. What is it that I'm feeling? And automatically, I think that if I want a love reading, then there's something that I'm not seeing automatically, right? Because I start to realize that wherever your twin flame is at, when it's time, and you'll know when it's time. When it's time, they'll come into your life. And regardless of what their status is, it'll be something, you'll be surprised. You'll bump into Walmart, maybe it be a homeless person, maybe it be, I don't know, maybe they're married, maybe they're freely single, maybe they got 5 kids, and, right? The list goes on. And when you see that, when you get into their life, that vibration is how you start healing each other. And that healing around each other helps the people that's in your life. And you, like I said, you build communities, it gets larger. Um, Man, it gets to the point where, like, I apologize. Like, in my head, I'm just like, man, I was almost like, you can't. But however, for me, I feel like now there's other. Not sure if I'm ready to share that thought yet. So the things that I also started to realize. Thank you, thank you. Um, no, I'm not Indian. If for ghosts, and why is it going off? What do I do? I have an EMF for a ghost, and tell it hi, and just send love, send vibrations of love. Thank you, Carrie. Do you date? Do you date? Do you date guys handsome? No, no, I don't think. I don't think. No, thank you, Mister. I do not. Oh, you're saying at you so first. Thank you. Man, man, I've learned some things, man. Damn, that's crazy. But yes, no, I do not. What's up? What's up, Luna? Do I believe in God? Not the way I was taught, but I do believe in God. Yes. Bro, I debunked on you and I had a triple double. Bet waffles and coffee is a true love language to me. Waffles and coffee. Talking my language. Hey, what's up, President? Shoot me a text. What's up, Peaches? All right, let's get some. If you feel as a person you want a love reading, my brain says that there's something you're not seeing. You don't need a love reading. You are the love. But you have to see it that way. And when I say have to, I mean in the sense of when that vibration hits and you are being loving, your twin flame can come in tomorrow, a year from now. But if you truly believe, if you will, would you do anything to jeopardize you being quote unquote ready today for your twin flame? And say that again. Would you do anything to jeopardize if you say, I'm ready for my twin flame today, boom, universe, I'm ready. They say, all right, all right, all right. We gonna get some things, right? Give us a few, right? Give us a few. And they be like, right? Today, right? I'm ready, universe. And so tomorrow comes and you're like, universe, what the fuck, right? And they're just like, hold up. Are you a little ungrateful? We just started this. If you don't calm yourself down, and then the next day, you know what? Women ain't nothing, men ain't nothing. I'm gonna be single for life, and the universe is over here like, it's only been 4 days. It's only been 4 days, and you tripping. And so, if you love yourself and that energy is resonating, then what you're saying to your twin flame that, hey, I'm ready. No matter what you got going on, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out because I get it now. Like you've been through some shit, I've been through some shit. And I ain't scared through the shit I've been through. You ain't scared of the shit you've been through. You got some shit going through. I got some shit. We just gonna go through shit. And then life gets, but it's not my man or woman is not with me. It's a vibrational thing. And when you say you're ready, that energy is sent out to the universe because it's saying that I understand love to such a degree that I don't need any more love readings. I am the love reading. Right? And somebody's too much or that's so on and so forth. Good. Yes. Ooh. Right? I get why people are like, she's steady or he uppity. No, I didn't get it at first. I was just like, oh. If you don't act like you important, then they gonna treat you like what? I'm just saying. And then you do it to a point where it's not harmful. No, be jovial with it. Have fun with life. Be excitable, so on and so forth. But if you can't do that by yourself and you're telling the universe, I'm ready for, my twin flame, then you clogging up the order. Like for real. You clogging up your own order. And all you got to do is sit back and relax and focus just on you, whatever you're doing, right? Because if your twin flame is somebody that, and this is, this is just, once again, strong perspective. If I met my twin flame and let's say I bumped into her at Walmart and we chop it up and we cool and she's married, right? And for me, I move the way I move that's necessary. And so automatically I become this person where I just want to be helpful. Yes, I'm like this with every single person I meet. But if this person is my twin flame, then it's not about sexual intercourse. It's about being able to know that in each other's lives, no matter what it is that we go through, I know vibrationally that if there's a problem and you need help, we can rely on each other. And if you're at the level of telepathy and all that good stuff, then, right? And so it gets to the point where if I'm in a relationship and you're my, twin flame and you're in a relationship, then we don't become, lovers. We become damn good friends. And if we're in a real relationship, because we're twin flames and we're helping people and raising the consciousness of the entire world, whether it's your children, whether your exes, whether it don't fucking matter. And, I'm your twin flame, you're a twin flame, you're married, I'm married. We can become friends, and now we start building a fucking community, right? And it doesn't get to the point because even the what's the word I'm looking for? Spouses, right? Will still resonate because for them, they're gonna think you're a good woman, they're gonna think you're a good guy. And so in my head, I understand that if you're my twin flame and you married, there's no reason why I would think that man would want you not in his life. And so I, as a person, would respect and ensure that I can do anything and everything to enhance what it is you know what I'm saying? And so when you say you're ready, you're saying that it's not just for your twin flame to come into your life. It's to signal your twin flame that, baby, I'm ready to work. Whatever you got going on. And if you feel that it's real, if you feel that it's, legit, then let's rock with this shit. If not, you'll figure it out. Because if you are awakened and you understand trauma, you understand seeing people, you understand how to protect yourself, you understand energy balance, you understand how to be loving, you understand these things, you don't question it, regardless of the person agree with you or not. God, that took me a long time. Shit. That took me a long time. But, if you understand all that, you can make the decision how you want to move on any relationship. Can't nobody tell you shit. Real, for real. I see it now. Can't nobody? They want to. They gonna try to. For those who get it, I don't want to tell you nothing. I'll offer and offer and offer and offer, but never to that, right? And so that's that excitement. That's that jovial, like. But if the person in what you consider is not vibrational, that doesn't mean that they get treated like shit either. Like, oh, you ain't nothing, right? No. The whole reason why this person is on your timeline is because they're in your attraction. And so, yeah, they may not be your husband or your wife, but that don't mean they're not somebody that you can guide in life. And if you are thinking that way for every single person you meet, twin flame or not, you'd be a pretty unique individual, wouldn't you think? On that level alone. And so just pretend that you are single, you're, twin flame is like low key, like looking at you like, right? And you just had that day, day 4. Like, you know what? People ain't nothing. Twin flame is over there like, damn, I thought maybe that's not. You keep giving me signs, universe. You keep giving me signs. I'm not sure if that's because he over there doing, she over there, right? And so if you say and you strong, and you say you ready, trip. Be ready for love. That's what it looks like. That's I finally get it. Like, oh, you can't rush this shit. I don't want nothing rushed to me. Take your time. Take your mind. And when that time comes, I get it. And my other level of thinking towards is that it's not just twin flames. The universe has told me that if it's not just twin flames, remember, for me, I desire poly. And I was like, if you can have twins, you can have triplets. And I laughed, like I was talking to myself. I was just like, wait. And then I started processing, like, holy shit. And then I saw an explanation of how families get together, or twin flames, or not twin flames. Soul families are born. And I was just like, the universe said, if I can create one, I can create two. If I can create two, I can create three. And I said, there are people out here having 8, 11 kids at one time. I said, man, I think I am on to something. Or either I lost my mind. But if there can be twin flames, then all jokes aside, there can be triplet flames. And I know people who live that lifestyle comfortably. Like, and the concept is understood on how they move. It's not this unheard of idea. And I submitted this way because I almost was like, no, you can't have a twin flame. Like, I don't get it. Like, I'm born, and what if my kids? And then I started, oh, I get it. It's a vibrational thing. It's not a actual person thing. You can vibrationally sync with a lot of people. There's a lot of people you meet every single day, and each person you meet is along the attraction for whatever you need to think for you to manifest whatever thing you're manifesting at this very time. Excuse me. Let's get some music in before. What's that, Kason? Twin flames. Can't believe y'all. Twin flames. Get the fuck out of here. Just tickles me. It's a perfect song too. Remember, I love. Appreciate it, Jeremy. What's up, Lulu?
Make you breakfast in bed while you're yawning. And I don't do everything how you
It is.
but you can't say you're mad. Don't be on it, 'cause I know true love ain't
Yeah, it's twin flames. It's like saying being evenly yoked. I agree with that.
completely
My twin flames for later in life, and usually one doesn't have kids with twin flames. Once again, I'm starting to realize this vibration. From how I look at the universe, Thich Nhat Hanh has got me to see that although he's a monk, he does not have children. But how many people follow Thich Nhat Hanh? How many children does Thich Nhat Hanh actually have? He has millions. My queens, my kings. Children are not just what's created out of us. It's the worlds we create inside of our minds with people who believe inside of, right? And it's not it's love. And so if you look at it like that, let's just say you and your twin flame get together and you started this community and it grows to be this gorgeous thing. And y'all don't have children. But look how long y'all did that thing together. Let's say it's 17 years. That's y'all's child. Y'all built a relationship and decided to create differently. When two people get together that love each other, they can create things that is almost unheard of, like children out of nowhere, right? And so don't feel like, because low key, check this out. My twin flame, what if my twin flame can't have children? Come on now, right? So what if my twin flame is not able to produce for whatever reason? Am I going to sit here and be like, you can't be my twin flame because of what you've gone through? That's not. No, the reason is because we are vibrating at this level. And it's to, inspire to increase greater quality of life for each other and for those around us. What if you, as a guy you meet, right? And the list goes on, the probability is out this world. But your twin flame finally makes sense to me. It's a vibrational thing. It's not how you look. I'm not gonna always look like this. It's not how much money you have. I'm gonna do a lot of stuff. It's not. Right? And the moment it becomes about that, then you won't be singing love don't change. You'll be saying money does change. You'll be saying face does change. You'll be saying shoes change, cars change. You'll be singing a different song, but you won't be able to sing that love don't change. And so if you really believe in it, stop fucking changing for people. If you change for anybody, change for you. That's the truth to love. Is that I love myself so much that I'm willing to put myself through what we call change. You ain't gonna ask me to do this. I wake up like this, right? And so that means I'm constantly being loving. Love don't change, right? Your twin flame could be, man, you'd be surprised. Home. It's that home inside yourself feeling. Yeah, it is. I'm like, man. I laugh all day. I just been getting downloads and ideas. I'm like, Twin Flame? I'm like, really? Twin Flames? I'm like, am I tripping right now? And I made those Twin Flame videos like with zest. I was like, all right, I get it. Twin Flames. I'm in there. 41, Ariana. Yeah. It's so weird to say 41. I do not feel it. Oh, man, no. Feels so different being here. It's because I listen to songs differently. I pretend like I'm singing to myself from like the past. So it feels so different being here. Me loving myself. Starting knowing it's so hard. I'm getting lately. Downloads. Yeah, it is, man. Now I have to like dig. Like now I have to like dig through memories because I don't attach them to. I'm telling you, I redesigned my entire brain. I'm not playing because I enjoy life, and so if this was attached to something positive, I guess you can say for like, but it's not something that was blocked. It's more so of like I really have like started to understand that I'm supposed to enjoy these moments, and so this was my second son's mom time frame. So music for me is it helps me with identifying timelines, right? So well, happy early birthday. What's your sign? Thank you, Aries. Twin flames. Let me get a twin flame something. Let's do some give it my vibe, y'all. Hold on. It actually, I'm jamming. I'm just trying to get back to where I was at.
I'm on the balcony reading a novel. I take the best advice from both the Quran and the Bible. My wife bad, more beautiful than your favorite model. Don't believe in idols, I think you find the answer.
It's not what I thought it was.
I am a magnificent.
I appreciate those, your patience. Let's see how this rides. Yeah, I like that. All right. Running back, twin flame. So like I just saw a list that said twin flame separation. Change the narrative into your story. You're not separated from your twin. You and your twin are strengthening your connection. And sometimes when you are trying to build something, you need to divide and conquer. Reframe your mind when you're away from you, what you feel is your twin flame. If a person is in a sense of business and you want to be able to monopolize, I don't know why this is coming to my head, but here we go. And you want to be able to do more or grow and expand, you split. But you make sure that the movements are the same or similar so that y'all are able to communicate effectively when y'all are not near each other, right? And so you make sure the lines of communication is clear. And so you're not separated from your twin flame. No. You have enhanced yourselves to be able to grow independently so that when y'all do come back together, understand it's game time. And if you and your twin flame, I'm not saying you have to operate that way. I know that might be, right? But if you as a person is at least able to let your twin flame know that you yourself, right? If you feel like you've identified your twin flame and they're in your life and you're just trying to like really, then ask yourself that when do you become, boom, stern, 10 toes down, no matter what. And when that happens, they start seeing this new pattern, authenticity, consistency, stuff they haven't seen. And the reason why you know they haven't seen this stuff is because you have arrived what you arrive and you know how you feel about that person. You don't not, feelings don't lie. But despite what it is they're going through, they have to go through that. So they learn how to be in a healthy relationship as well. Whether it's to get into a healthy relationship with somebody else, with a friend, their own children, maybe it's an ex, maybe it's a business, or maybe, you'll be able to do it independently. But when they meet you, that's not, necessarily, if you want to make sure your twin flame is happy, because you want to be in their lives. And so if their lives involves a wife or a husband, so you look like I'm loving you and him. You get kids, look like I'm loving you, him, and the kids. I got with grandparents, look like I'm loving you, him, the kids, grandparents. Right? And when you see the conditions remove itself, you truly see the unconditioned. The cool part is that worst case scenario, something happens, unfortunately, with your twin flame. You're right there. And when you see the growth, if today's the day that you meet your twin flame, they're in another relationship or something else is going on, time goes on, you feel the way you feel. Now, let's say it's a 5-year deal and you're away for 5 years. And for whatever reason, you kind of have like this back and forth thing and they're indecisive or what have you. But for you, it's this, you're strong. I love you no matter what. They're going to do their thing no matter what you do. Man, it took me a long time to see that. And when they see that their consistency is what's different than what they've experienced in their life, that's when they start awakening. And then they have to make the decision as you. Now, regardless if your vibration stays the same, that's something that's different. But for who you are, I can't imagine meeting you saying, nah, you're not my twin flame. And so what I do now realize is that you can see someone energetically on how they love, on how they treat people, on how their environment is before you say you're my twin flame. Yeah. And so to say that you meet your twin flame is actually, now I get it, a very, very, very unique thing. And right? They want to, they understand as well. If you feel like you've met your twin flame, and you've messed it up before, then don't worry. If you're, bing, then your twin flame be right there. And you'll be able to know whether you want to that relationship or not. You'll be able to make that decision. Yeah, you get to make decisions, right? Like, nope, I don't want to do this. Yep, right? And and this is what I'm able to do, so on and so forth. But no matter what, if you're going to be stern, if you're going to be ready, then if your twin flame comes into your life, if you've met your twin flame, be that pillar, that cornerstone of knowing that they now know what love looks like. And if not for your twin flame, why wouldn't you want to be that to anyone else? So, for me, I was not always like this. Not at all. like I was. But like I understand so much now. And right, when you change, your world changes. And I don't feel like it's for the worse. And I'm like, when you change, your world changes. And it's just like, no, that's the point. That's a good thing. And so you let it change naturally. So if you don't have your twin flame in your life, then good. I would rather know that my twin flame is right around the corner versus feeling like they took too long, because I never want them to feel like their love was rushed. I would be happy to wait for them. I would assist waiting for them. Shit. Right? It's no different. Like, you ready yet? Nope. I'm watching TV. You mad because I'm waiting? I ain't mad about it. No, you keep doing your thing. You know? So, but yeah. Hopefully that makes sense to some of y'all. What's up, Louisiana? Power of love does feel good. How do you know you have met your twin flame? That's a good question. I'm thinking, y'all. I'm thinking. How do you know that you've met your twin flame? Remember, I see the world vibrationally. How do I know I met someone who's like me? I am you, you are me. We're all connected. We're all one. When the person in your life understands that the things you go through do not define you, they will be the people who will help you see it without a single ounce of force. They'll wait for you throughout the night. They'll pick you up at a drop of a dime. No different if you were a child who was hungry at 2 o'clock in the morning. They would answer the phone. They would do all they can to let you know that if you ever needed me, I was there. I didn't care if you treated me like shit. I wouldn't have cared if you felt like I was stupid. But when you start protecting yourself from the harm that you now know that you are allowing, and they grow through that, and truly, no hesitation, love every day. How do I know this? Because I don't miss a day loving my children. Not prospectively. When I think about my children, every day I think about them lovingly. Every single moment. There's not one moment. So the moment that a person thinks about you, every single moment, and you're able to see nothing but love, no matter what's their status, what they've been through, who they are, when you feel that legitimate joy to the outside world looking in, it looks like puppy love, almost foolish. But y'all are almost like kids, truly regal, kings and queens. If you felt that, then you've met your twin flame. Yeah. I don't know where that came from, but there you have it. You're mesmerized. You're beautiful. Thank you, Corey. Appreciate it. A beautiful soul. Thank you. You can feel it right, just to say what you think you're feeling. You can feel it right, just to say what you think. Yeah. Yep. The power is sharing your heart, twin flame. Spirit. Good morning. Hello from Maine. Okay, I see you, Corey. What's up, you young Karen? Wow, thank you, Serena, Sequia. What's up, Laura? What's up, Grace? My soul lit up on these words. The work begun. That's what's up, Grace. Yeah. if you believe in it, make sure it's worthy to be called a fucking twin flame. Because if I see someone or feel or that happens, I won't deny it. I am no longer a fool. It hits a little differently now. Because I know what love looks like. Man, that's crazy. Hey, Hell Gray. I'm gonna use my beard. What's up, Velvet? That was an amazing definition of your flame. Appreciate it, Quia. Sarah Niqua. Appreciate it. Thank you. It took me a long time to figure out what I was. It's amazing. Can you give me a love reading? I honestly don't know how, Karen. Let me see what a love reading is. Sweetie, goddammit, listen, I'm gonna tell you my intuition. You don't need no love reading. I'm gonna put this recording up. I'll say it again. You don't need no love reading. If you love yourself, you do all the reading you need. Wake up, go look in the mirror. You don't love that? That ain't enough? That ain't enough? You want more? Make sure that when you have love in your life, that it's adding to you, not subtracting. So you're full here. So I'm whole today. And tomorrow when I wake up, I'll be whole again. But if I wake up with you, why the fuck would I be like, woohoo? You see what I'm saying? And so, you don't need love reading. You have it. It'll pop, I promise, like, bruh, it will. Thank you, Velvet. Yeah, I keep blinking like, bruh, this it's the light. All right, I know. I be trying, y'all. Thank you. My eyebrows, that's what's up. I try to do my thing, but I ain't done none of these motherfuckers. Thank you. Thank you, sexy. Oh, who are you? You seem lovely. Thank you, Lyd. I appreciate it. Hey, thank you, Lay. I thank y'all. Man, damn. Some dude from Texas. Talk about love. Messed around and believed in twin flames. Because I see things vibrationally. And vibrationally, you cannot exist in a singularity. Everything is on the same vibration. We're all one. It is humans who do not rise to the frequency. A dog, a leaf, a flower, they're at the highest level of enlightenment you can possibly imagine. And they understand the cosmos more than most people. So when I understood that, I started to understand why we are all one. And so when somebody says we are all one, I get excited. Because I'm like, so you know that this shirt is just as important as you, right? Right? Like it's a different, right? And I just kind of laugh at it because I understand it, but it's exciting to know that even though people don't get it, I enjoy the conversation. It's good to learn and hear from different perspectives. Loving yourself is like, it's the feeling of when I started to go to the gym and started to like try to be a bodybuilder. I was like, man, it was a time where I was just like this loving yourself shit. I don't know about this loving yourself stuff, bro. Let me get somebody to do this shit for me, bro. This is getting nuts. And then it just kind of clicked. Like, if I can't love myself every motherfucking day, who the fuck wants to love me? And I was just like, oh. True. And I had this like breakdown crying moment. Yeah, like if I can't love myself every day, every moment, so you become a hypocrite. But when you start loving yourself, as the old people say, you ain't got time for that shit. You're like, nah, I'm cool. What's that? Nah, that's what? Now right, and you're able to and effectively communicate your emotions properly. And so the person that's on the other end of the phone, it's not like you are being unkind or anything. You're literally to the point where I've gotten it to the point where people are just like, damn, thank you. Did you tell me no and a compliment? How'd you do that? I don't. I've learned that I can talk to you without making you feel bad and making me feel bad. I think you're dope as shit. I don't want to be in a relationship with you because last time I put myself in a relationship and I didn't trust my instincts, I hurt my feelings. And so I don't like hurt my feelings. And so instinctively, I think we're better friends than lovers. Could be wrong, but let's try to see how we are as friends. What's your take? And you move. So they're like, alright, I guess. Or vice versa. Do whatever. But love yourself. Know what it is you want. And you can be anywhere with anybody at any time. Man, that's pretty cool. Sorry, I give readings to people for free. No, go ahead. No, hey, if y'all got service, y'all want to be friends, y'all want to hang out and do stuff amongst yourselves, and some of y'all be pumping each other up and shit. Yeah. Do that like all day. That's what this whole channel's for. You save, we laugh, we joke, we play music, we talk. I want to dream and manifest, right? I was, made some reaction videos. I made me and the moon, we're twin flames now, right? I told her I love her. She said, "Oh, my heart," right? And I laugh at it because I was just like, "Yo, that's kind of like what it should be like." I don't care where you're at. I know you're out there, just like the stars that cannot see or name at night. They exist too, and so your twin flame does as well. Do you always meet them? I think that depends on the person. I'm not so sure. Because if you are, for lack of better words, vibrationally raised, and the person in your life is vibrationally raised, and y'all start to realize the change in energy and the growth and the connection and things of that nature, meeting your twin flame doesn't necessarily mean that you and your twin flame will have this ending, you think. The meaning in which you're supposed to gain from the gathering, that's going to happen. Whether you enjoy it or not, it's up to you. And so, if you're what I call fortunate for how people look at twin flames and they're single, don't fucking hesitate. I know, man, you want something scary? Don't fucking hesitate. If you're gonna write your love story, and I smile because I believe in magic. I believe in fairy tales. I'm that guy. And if you don't, you don't. Cool. I ain't knocking it. You're not gonna rain on my parade because I believe in love. And so if you feel like you have your twin flame and you met them and you have that chance to quit fucking around. But I get it. You can't make them do nothing. So learn how to protect yourself. And it's easy. It ain't a factor of giving up. I wouldn't even have that conversation. That's like thinking about breaking up. I don't know. I hate when people like, I can't stand it. It's like saying we need to talk about straight. I feel a lot of energy around me at times. It can get overwhelming where I can't control my emotions. So yeah, I kind of used to fall in the same category. And so the trick is put yourself where you want to be and let your energy flow freely, and you'll live a different life. Put yourself where you want to be. So for me, as an example, I can control my energy a lot better now around different crowds. And I always could because of how my life was, forced to do things I didn't want to do. As I got older and able to control myself, let's say something simple as Walmart. I'll go to Walmart late at night because I didn't understand it, but I was absorbing everybody else's emotions. I was absorbing everybody else's thoughts. I was absorbing everybody else's unhealed energy. And that shit is real. You be there like, la 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 la, and then somebody walk by and slap the hell at their child. You be like, God damn. You like, you know what? I'm finna go. This is too much. What time is it? 5? Yeah, parents is getting out. I gotta. And you been this right? And you're like, oh my God, why she hit the baby so hard? When I learned that nobody was doing that wrong, I was choosing to be there. Stop it. So I'm mindful where I send my energy. But if I had to be there, I've learned how to flow freely and not to let the outside world affect me or take anything personally. It takes some time. It does. Why you gotta look that way? Why you gotta talk that way? Why you gotta, right? Because I fucking felt like it. Like, why has it gotta be a question? Like, what is this, right? The fucking investigation. But there it is. And so if you are somebody that gets into places, you get overwhelmed, if you can change the time you go, that's a way to do it. Certain time that you come home and you notice that you're just like, take a longer route, enjoy your ride, and use it as a time to, right, play some, right? You get, right? I mean, you get creative. You start realizing, because you start noticing when your energy's funky. Now, you may not even catch it, but you do notice it. You'll be like, God damn, I'm so pissed. You'll say stuff like that. But if you were watching a movie and you saw yourself say, God damn, I'm so pissed, you would realize that, you need to go meditate right there. Right there when you said you were so pissed. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, you should have meditated, but you got in the car and you saw what happened, right? So I bet your ass meditate next time, huh? Yeah. Right. And so trust your emotions. 100%. Yeah. What sign will I be with? Oh, I don't know, Black Rose. So I don't know how to do that. I find it interesting that people do know how to do it though. So if somebody can help Black Rose, how about that? If I hear a question, anybody out there that can help Black Rose, what will her sign be? My spirituality is kind of like this live action thing going on. It's pretty interesting. Yes, this happened at work. People just walked in and could feel the energy hit my head. It hurts. Yep. You're getting psychically attacked. Yep, I learned that not too long ago. The most common type is when you split into divine masculine and feminine. Thank you for the response. Can you explain for me a little more details? Man, I gotta read it. Cheat on me tonight. I don't know, last girl. I can't get out there. I can't find a person again. Always said, away to my stomach. It's odd. It's odd. It is odd that you said that. My mom always said a man's heart is through his stomach. If anybody knows out there what I'm about to say, just let me know. All right, so the heart actually has, I guess for lack of better words, its own brain. And so the brain and heart can actually connect. Like they have their own network. I shit you not. The information's out there. Go look it up. But I learned that the stomach releases chemicals that affects the brain. Right? So go look that up. The brain and the heart's connected. So if you want to change a man, it's what you feed him. What the? It's true. There it is. And I just broke it down. Legitimately, that's what that is. Damn. The way to a man's heart through his stomach. Because the stomach affects the brain. And I just learned that the brain and the heart is actually connected. Like, this is why they say you got to put your heart into it. You may think with your brain, but as far as spirituality, like you have to put your mind, body, and spirit to it. So your heart, and you have to have it all connected. You know, the trifecta. And so, yeah, now I get it. That's like a spell. God damn. Yeah. There you have it. Appreciate the follow, y'all. You came out. Thank you, 5. Appreciate it, 5. Thank you. Have you met your twin flame? So, no. Give me a second. When I say that twin flame information came out of nowhere, y'all. Oh, shit. It was inspired. And so I can say comfortably, I am not confident because I've never met them. And when I mean never met them, like quite often, all right, backstory. I have 5 children and 4 children, and 2 ex-wives and 4 children's mothers. And so I came up with this way where I was like, there's no way that I can tell any of my children's mother that you are not my twin flame. And so the theory is that if I meet you today and say that you are not my twin flame, how are you going to respond to me? I'm just bald, right? And so instead, I said to myself, I wouldn't say that you're not my twin flame. And so what would happen is that for me, it would be, how do you treat yourself and everyone else? And for me, that would inspire me to feel that you as a person believe in a world of love. I know what I can bring to the table. But if I feel that you as a person is loving to yourself and to your environment, right? And this is not to say that if you don't cause any pain, the trauma and the things that you're going through, shit is hard. But it's how you treat yourself and how your interaction with, if you have children, if you have friends, mom, dad, all this goes on. It's not so much that if you are treating them like purity shit, because my attraction to whoever that is, it happened for a reason. And so for me to say that I met my twin flame would be the person that would get me to see you can have love at first sight with no hesitation. And if that exists, right? I've been with a lot of people, and each person I've never felt like that you're not the one. I can't, right? And so now I look at it through all the things that I've been through, that regardless of who the last person was in my life, if they love me right now, they would, they would want me to be happy because I love them right now. Right now, I love them. And so if they want to do, fill in the blank, whether it's, ex-wife number 1, ex-wife number 2, baby mama number 3, baby mama number 4, ex number, you know what I'm saying? Right? I would never want to stand in their way of happiness. And so I finally get that the people who want to be in your life, they mean that shit. And some people don't know how to do it effectively because of the things they've been through. And so for me to sit here and say, no, I have not met my twin flame would be low-key me judging the women in my past. And so I can comfortably say that I don't know if I've met my twin flame. We are people, I love passionately. It's either you know it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I can tell stories, but it's right. I can't. Synchronicity, though, right? I've experienced some very interesting things since all of this beautiful stuff has started to happen, and so each one teaches you something. Here's a hint: if you desire to be with your twin flame, it's probably not your twin flame. Say it again. If you desire, like I want this relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not in your life. Like you ain't got to. They should be able to walk right past you and stop and feel that peace. Right? Maybe I'm setting my standards too high. You don't know what I'm saying? But when you know what I'm saying? And there's a synchronicity that's almost, it's almost like you can read each other's mind. And if you can do that, right? Each other's mind, excuse me. I'm about to blow my nose. If you can read each other's mind, then that's a different thing. I would say comfortably, something like that is more of your strength of twin flame. But if you feel like that this person is my twin flame or what have you, that, right? If you manifest something, let it go. Take the leap of faith. If it's yours, it will come to you. And not in the sense, right? It would come in a way you'll be like, damn, I ain't expect that. Right? And not in the sense of how I used to look into my past, and like, not in to say that I did something wrong. It's the values that I grew up with. That's what I operated with, and it didn't work well for me, and I can say that comfortably. And that was to find value in external attachment to other people outside of me. And so if I'm attached to me and that person is attached to them, when we are around each other, we won't ever have a problem about attachment. So when we separate, we understand simply we're not separated. We're dividing and conquering. I wish She'll wait for you, my queen, no more than the day before I met you. So if I meet you one day, and have to see you for another 10 years and don't see you for another 10 years, and that's what it is. And I inspire. And so for me, through manifestation, and understanding that, right, that's what's going to happen. And it's going to be a start of, you either got to believe it to see it. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have your own Disney store, I guess, then, right, like, what can you do? You can't force no man, you can't force no woman to be in your life. And it's, does that make sense? It's the vibration. You feel it. It's not an attraction. It's not a, I gotta. It's almost like, oh, look, a quarter. Like, what the fuck? Oh, damn, it's a lottery. Like, right? Because if you had to create your love story, how would you create it? What would it sound like? Just saying. What's up, Chip? What's up, Mega? You're a light worker. Truly do. Thank you, Meg. I appreciate it, love. What's up, lovely? It's hard when you've met that one. You both know it. But his life isn't set up to receive me yet. So, all right. So the name of the game for me is that if I got to put judgment on your movement, then that's not true love for me. Now, I'm not saying that's the case for you, President, but you try to take it in this way where the perception is, let's just say this person is literally doing the best they're able to do right now. I don't wish ill upon nobody. Tomorrow, the worst thing possible happens. If today was the last day, by view to perception, energetically, you thought that. Now you type that. And so now it's out there. And so, in a sense, he's sitting here and he might be having the worst moment. And he's just like, and then, it says, but his life's not set up to receive me yet. And I get where you're going. Just hear me out. But you flip it around. Let's just say he's having the worst moment. And you said, I found my twin flame. And I'm so happy that I'm able to assist him. Because at one point in time, I didn't know what he looked like. And now I can meditate on him. I can pray for him. I can assist him, help, provide, love, send him something funny, tell him something cool, let him know that if he ever needs me, I got him. But I will not allow anybody to hurt me, twin flame or not. All right, and so to say receive is that his conditions in which he's in. No, my queen, I'm convinced that for twin flames, it's not this back and forth thing. I get why we see it that way, but I'm realizing there's a level of, just imagine walking into the ocean and it receiving you. Does that make sense? The first time you walk in, it's not too cold, it's not too hot, or it's not too, the wind ain't popping or nothing. You just walk in that mug and it just accepts you. And you realize that my feet are floating off the ground. Although I know the bottom is right there, I can't see it. But imagine being in the center of the ocean, feeling the same way. And just for a hot second, psychologically, you'll freak the fuck out. But I realized that when you found your twin flame, it wouldn't matter if you were at the edge of the ocean or in the center of that motherfucker. You would feel the same. That's a twin flame. What the fuck? Yeah, that's a twin flame. Yeah, man. I'm telling y'all, this is freaky to me because I was not talking twin flames, and here we are. It's like a whole new world. What's up, Satch? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. The dash is digi, the schedule busy. My head in a hoodie, my shorty a goodie. My cousins are crazy, my cousins like boogie. Life is amazing, it is what it
You're
should
welcome.
be.
I really hope that helps.
Feel like a rookie.
Seriously.
I tell her look up 'cause it's snowing in Tootsies.
Y'all are kings and queens. We ain't gotta move for nothing, man. You can always be loving. No matter how troubled the waters get.
No money records, the Army, the Navy. They ran me 10,000, I threw it like Brady. The foreign is yellow like Tracy and Katie. I trust in my niggas, they never betray me. Met all these niggas, they sweeter than Sadie. When I started out, I
You
just
too,
took what they
Candace.
gave me. Did all the favors, they
Thank
never
you,
repay
Grace.
me. It worked in my favor, 'cause nobody said new whip got no keys.
I used to say something like, I want to be a guardian for love. I'm telling y'all, like, when I said this is serious, like, it's to the point where I was just like, I saw a little TikTok be helping me out. Like, you gotta be you and all this other stuff. And, like, by core for who I am, people have seen me. But I would, certain things, I'm just like, man, I get what a beast mean now. Like, being so you, nobody wants to be you. They were like, damn, you still look like you happy, though. You's a beast. Love, huh? Thank you, Andrea. I need to change my perspective on the situation. Good, President. Yes, love. That's what I'm talking about. I say it because it enhances, not so much that I say it. And so even if you didn't, if it didn't help, I would say thank you for listening. But if it does, like, God damn it, man, go save your fucking relationship. And I want to be the fool in love, because I don't ever want to give my twin flame a reason to feel like that I did not love them. And it's not like that I'm looking for that validation. In my head, you can be as arrogant as fuck as you want in your head. In my head, I don't worry. I'm not missing a day. When I'm dead, you'll know it. No different when my child went off in school and divorces, and I love them. Our daddy ain't gone. And so my son understands. I say, even when daddy's dead, yep, I love you then. If you can't create that with your own twin flame, especially with the people, listen, if you met your twin flame and you want to go ahead and capitalize that, look at how you treat your exes. You got any heat for your exes, your twin flame gonna stress it. They gonna feel it. Regardless if they stay with you or not, if you got any discomfort for your exes, if you got one, because all your exes are there for the lessons that you're supposed to receive through experience. As soon as you get that experience, you apply that to the person that you feel, right? And this is what it looks like. The example I gave in the video is that let's say you're dating me, I'm insecure. I feel insecure towards how I am as a man or my sexuality. And then all of a sudden I start lashing out on you. You're like, yo, Kyle, you're a good dude, but I got to go. And so boom, you out. What ends up happening, you get to another relationship, you and dude do good, y'all rocking out with your socks out, y'all have a kid together, y'all do good, you pop out, and then the kid has insecurities because he don't think he's gonna be like his dad, he wants to be like his dad. And what mom wants to tell their child, they are not gonna be like their dad. And if that's you, got it, we'll talk about that later. But if you're gonna be, inspirational, baby you strong, baby you this, baby you that, right before you say that, you get taken away. Right before you say that, your life is gone. And so now your child is growing up in an environment such as foster care or places that's not loving. And so now they become grown men and grown women. Now they dating you. Now they dating us. But we look at them and say you broken because you insecure. But you didn't have a mom and you didn't have a dad. You literally grew up in the streets. You don't know what it means to be loved every motherfucking day. Because when you were born, you got caught up in the system. Like, legit, this shit is dope. When you were born, you got caught up in the system. As opposed to being woken up and having a boutin and birds and you get the cool bike and shit and all the cool stories I used to hear of. That wasn't my life. And so when you get into a relationship, you really just regurgitating the shit you just came through. But you're insecure and you don't have vulnerability. So I'm not going to say shit like, yo, I don't know what the fuck just happened to me there, but I need to tell you some things because I don't know how to process it. I didn't know how to say that. Now that you can, man, check this out. By you being able to stand on yourself and express that your vulnerability is going to make the relationship stronger, and consistency of a person seeing that, twin flame or not, when you start having these hiccups or these moments with your ex or your twin flame, whoever, and they see your consistency of not changing and learning how to grow through the rubble, through the fuck ups, they'll see they don't have to be with you. They literally can be out of a relationship, and they can literally go to the next relationship, be out of the relationship, and see that strength and be like, damn, you never changed. Then they be like, damn, if I'd stayed with you, it'd have worked out. And it never fails. I just be looking at people like, nigga, didn't you just say that was the best thing you ever had, bruh? Why you? No, man, you don't understand. At the time I said, she's still doing the same thing. Yeah, you're right. So going back to the kid, this person, what ends up happening is that now you're sitting there looking at the kid in a healthy fashion. Remember that guy you was dating that was insecure? Hi, my name is Kyle. I didn't know how to get told. I didn't know a lot of things growing up. So now I'm your son who's 5 years old because daddy gone. And that's just the way the system is. And you're getting ready to sit there and tell me, but this time you're there. And you start sitting there saying, like, Kyle, you're beautiful, you're strong. Like, thanks, Mom, I appreciate it, right? Such and such daughter thinks I got a fat round head or something, right? And like, no, baby, I love your fat round head and your beauty's inside of you. Your beauty's like, thank you, mommy. Now I receive that. And so when I get into a relationship and girls like, Kyle, I want to talk to you, be like, it's cool. My mama told me I was beautiful with or without you. Bye, and I'm out, right? How it moves differently. And you don't even have to be that way. You literally can see that energy. But as soon as you realize that if you didn't give your son or your daughter that affirmation, you start to realize that that's what you did to your ex. And your ex was only doing what they were taught to do. And you only did what you were taught to do. When you say, oh shit, all I had to do was show them that they don't have to do that. And no matter how many times they did it, the reason why they're doing it, because they probably were doing it for 30 years, 40 years. And everybody's like, nah, you go to the gym one day, you're supposed to have a six pack. What? I was abused for a while. You're going to have to give me a minute there, buckaroo. I just realized I was traumatized. I didn't know this shit was real. I just used to hear people say, yeah, I was traumatized. I was like, yeah, that sounds crazy. What happened? I was like, my dad yelled at me. I was just like, that's crazy. I'm so sorry. And I legit was like that. It's like, you ever been through something like that, Kyle? Like, you know, I'm just starved last night, right? And you sit there and you're trying to create this environment so people are like, you cool, you straight. You and this bitch like, did I say something? Was that right? That was cool? All right, I think, okay, I'm normal. I'm straight. No. Now I'm meeting you and the person that I'm trying to be for who I am now understanding to be, and the person says, I don't like that, that's automatically like, cool, bet. What is it about you don't like? Oh, you love everything about you? So if you love yourself so much, why can't you love me the same way? I don't think this is going to work. And then you start seeing that pattern. You be in this motherfucker like, I'm not playing. This is nuts. Because I make a mistake, no different than a child bumping over a base. The child don't get told they stupid and they don't need no more love. And then people are like, well, she kept doing it on purpose. So you gonna stop loving on purpose? Don't worry, I'll wait. I got an answer for everything. Come on, I got it. Right? And then I get to the point where people are just like, so what do? You do what love does. Never quit. And you get creative on how to love at a distance. Whether it's divorce, pen pals, text messages, hit you up on Tuesdays, only on the third month of the, I don't know. But you find that method and you keep your peace and you stay happy. And when you realize that the people that are hurt were dating people who were inconsistent with what you now know is called love. I'm not saying that they did not love themselves. I'm telling you they were inconsistent. That's my only proof. They were inconsistent. This is not saying that your ex did anything wrong. That's not say they did anything wrong. I've learned that I've known women to stay in the most abusive relationships. Like, you don't have to. So you're going to keep this going. All right. I'm in the military. Like, it's true stuff. Like, we had pimps. Like, we had the cops break in. This is an army. And I've seen people stay in relationships. I'm just like, if anybody being real about a relationship, like, this is a different energy. Because she loved the fuck out that man. But she did not care that she was being pimped out while she was in the military. This is true stories. And I'm sitting over here just like, so how does she get money be really doing that like that? Would be other women and stuff. I'm like, I was married. I'm like, baby, come look at this. I was like, oh, but just look at this. They just over there. It's like, why are you smiling? It wasn't that bad. But my point is that you create what you want to wait for. So if the person in your life is legit, don't ever make them think that they not. So it's kind of like low-key or cold. Like, if you think you can love me like that, Boom, do your thing. But if you can't love yourself like that, no man or woman is going to be able to say comfortably that the true height of our relationship will reach until you decide that the traumas and the triggers you go through are based on how you view it, baby. Outside of that, I'm here with you. And we'll make it through the top kicking and screaming. But if you don't want me here, say the words. And that's it. And you hold your ground. And when you do that, there's a cool little thing that happens where they're just like, it's just a respect of, okay, all right, that's how you feel. Right? Because I want to be in your life, right? And if the person, I don't want you to be in my life, by all means. If you don't want me to do something, if you want me to do something, I want to be excited to do it. If you don't want me to do something, I'm going to be excited to do that too. That's how ass backwards I am. I don't want to be in your life. Bet. So you want a car, you need some gas money, you want me to drive you to. And it wasn't to be, it was literally where in my head I did a video where if I can't love you, then with the love I have, I will guide you. I have no reason to be harmful to you in any way, shape, form, or fashion. The consistency, once again, is the proof to authenticity. You yourself have probably heard things of that nature. When people are just like, can't believe you're like this, or if you really like this, or I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. All that's in there. If you are a person that you know that your twin flame exists and you have no questions, then don't ever send unloving energy to them. You think about them and they're not in your life, you're not separated, you're divided. And the division is to divide and conquer. Y'all are building. So when you think about them, I love you. I promise you, they are getting it. I promise you. If that love that you send them sends them to a love that helps them grow in a healthier way, don't you stop sending them that damn love. They need that love. You want somebody to stop sending you love? Don't worry. I'll wait. Come on, man, let's do this. I'm tired of people being so afraid of love to the degree where you start realizing, like, I can still love them. And a real person that's in your life, they'll love them too. And so we loving each other, we healing each other. The people that was hurting her life, now they getting love. The people that's hurting my life, now we getting love. We having friends, right? But you can't do it until you love. I'm gonna go blow my nose, y'all. We can rock out, cause I feel it just. Excuse me. I love my shit. Cocaine in the back, hard liquor to the right. Don't really drink this shit. I might. It's the type of shit I like. Yeah, I know. I'm lit back. I'll be back. This is dangerous. And it really ain't just the famous. Everybody from the young to the old, everybody with a little bit of money get shameless. You know you fucking bougie. You know you fucking dumb. You know you get this shit smacked out of you back where I'm from. Hold up, wait up. This shit is made up. Feel like I'm dreaming, I'ma wake up. Girl, I can see through your makeup. I can tell by the look in your eyes. I can tell by the fact you don't know how to act. I see right through your lies. I'm a real motherfucker, but you know about that. Like, yeah, what's up? Everybody out here acting tough. I might get drunk, call your bluff. This right here, yeah, that's enough. Yeah, you know me, I know you, but bitch, I've been here before you. I'ma show you. I'ma show you. And so they tell me that they love me, but I know that it's all for show. It's all for show. And I tell her that she lovely, but she know that it's all for show. It's all for show. It was an ordinary day until I saw you crawl around my way. And the night goes on and on and on and on, on and on and on and on, on and on and on and on, on and on and on and on.
Oh, alright. I know everyone's faking it tonight, but I know that I love the way I feel right now. So I won't let them bring me down. It's an ordinary day. I'm gonna live it how I
It was an ordinary day until I saw you crawl around my way. And the night goes on and on and on and on, on and on and on and on, on and on and on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah, I'm feeling like Will. I feel like a prince, I'm feeling myself. I'm loaded with bills, cause I wasn't blessed with no Uncle Phil. Don't Don't know how it feels. I wanted to flex, they told me to chill. I'm making a flip. My life is a flick, now load up the film.
Yeah. You feeling like me? I feel like a prince that turned to a king. Found me a queen. Started a family and got me a team. On top of my dreams. Joiner, I know you inspired by me. Like I was inspired by Nelson Mandela. I give him a rose for every endeavor. A shout out to Julius Erving. One of the legends I worship. Muhammad Ali put to work and he was the champ. The greatest, he earned it. I love that you think that I'm perfect, but I had plenty mistakes and burdens. My grandmama thought I was worth it. She always guided me when I was searching. I wouldn't be me if it wasn't for her. I wouldn't be Willie. I couldn't be me if there wasn't no Eddie. I wouldn't be Will if I wasn't from Philly. Ain't nothing much that you really can tell me. Willie been cold since Benny and Jerry. Must have forgot that I really get busy. They done forgot who invented Get Jiggy. Hey. Back before there was streaming sales, way before all the iTunes and the fans had to get CDs still. 60 million records sold, I was on fire, I ain't even need a grill. Did it all with no cuss words, I ain't had to curse just to keep it real. Me and Jazz in the late 80s, writing rhymes, make tapes daily. Fresh Prince make the babes crazy. Rest in peace to James Avery. Even when the streets call me corny, I still ain't never let the hate break me. I just wanted to respect first, I still ain't never letting fame change me. New me, but I'm old school. Big Willie on the Pro Tool. Still fresh and I'm so smooth. I still got on my old shoes. I give Jada 1,000 kisses, ain't nothing changed since '02. Martin Lawrence get a rose too. He a legend and a go-to. Man, I love how you break the rules. Pushing limits and you make it cool. Joyner Lucas wasn't made to lose. You a legend and to make it too. What a beauty, my life's a movie. I swear I'm only on take 2. All my kids turned out great, and I know your son gonna be great too. Brick by brick, building a wall that no one could break. Flip by flip. Glad I could help so you could be straight. And life's a trip, but who could relate? The legends are gone, but it ain't too late to give them a rose and carry the grace. Cause not every hero is wearing a cape.
I'm feeling like Will. I feel like a prince, I'm feeling myself. I'm loaded with bills, cause I was blessed with no Uncle Phil. Don't know how it feels. I wanted to flex, they told me to chill. I'm making a flip, my life is a flip.
Be back.
You're a monster.
I can swallow a bottle of alcohol in her. Feel like Godzilla. Better hit the deck like the car dealer. My whole squad's in here walking around the party. A cross between a zombie apocalypse and Bobby the brain healing, which is probably the same reason I wrestle with mania shades in this bitch. I'm posse up. Consider it to cost me a costly mistake if they sleeping on me. The hoes better get insomnia. ADHD hydroxycut. That's the posse. In AA with an AK melee, finna set it like a play date, better vacate, retreat like a vacate Mayday. This beat is cray cray, Ray J, H-A, laughing all the way to the bank. I spray flames that cannot tame or placate the
Monster, you get in my way, I'ma feed you to the monster. I'm normal during the day, but at night turn to a monster. When the moon shines like ice road trucker, I look like a villain out of those blockbusters. I get a monster, blood on the dance floor, the Louis V carpet. Fire, up to the fire, monster, blood on the dance floor, Louis V.
I'm just a product of the cricket onyx. Told him Nick the balls had him just appalled. Did so many things that pissed him off. It's impossible to list them all. And in the midst of all this, I'm in a mental hospital with a crystal ball, trying to see what I still be like this tomorrow. Whisper dog versus whisper. My fist is ball back up against the wall, pencil drawn. This is just a song to go ballistic on. You just hold a pistol on the guy with a missile launcher. I'm just a Loch Ness, the mythological. Quick to tell a bitch you off like a fifth of vodka. When you twist the top of the bottle, I'm a monster.
You get in my way, I'ma feed you to the monster. I'm normal during the day, but at night turn to a monster. When the moon shines like ice road trucker, I look like a villain out of those blockbusters. I spit a monster, blood on the dance floor, the Louis V carpet. Fire, up to the fire, monster, blood on the dance floor, Louis V.
If you never gave a damn, raise your hand, cause I'm about to set trip. Vacation plans, I'm on point like my index is. So all you will ever get is a motherfucking finger. Prostate exam. How can I have all these fans that perspire like a liar's pants? I'm on fire and I got no plans to retire. And I'm still the man you admire. These chicks are spazzing out. I only get more handsome and flyer. I got them passing out like what you do when you hand someone flyers. What goes around comes around just like the blades on the chainsaw. Cause I caught the flat by my dollar stacked right off the bat like a baseball. Like kidding, bitch, I got them racks with so much ease that they call me Diddy. Cause I make bands and I call getting cheese a cakewalk. Yeah. bitch, I'm a player. I'm too motherfucking stingy for share. Won't even lend you an ear, ain't even pretending to care. But I tell a bitch I'm area of Shabaria, face of my genital area. The original Richard Ramirez, Christian Rivera. Cause my lyrics never sit well, so they wanna give me the chair. Like a paraplegic and it's scary, call it Harry Carry. Cause every time I'm digging Harry Carry, I'm Mary, a motherfucking dictionary. I'm swearing up and down, niggas spit this shit's hilarious. It's time to put these bitches in the obituary column. We wouldn't see eye to eye with a staring problem. Get the shaft like a staring column. Trigger happy, packy, but it's black ink. Evil half of the bad beats. Evil that means take a back seat, take it back to fat beats with a maxi single. Look at my rap sheet, what attracts these people is my gangster bitch like Apache with a catchy jiggle. I stack chips, you barely got a half eat Cheetos. Filling with the venom and eliminate him. Other words, I'm intimate him. I don't wanna hurt him, but I did him in a fit of rage. I'm murdering again. Nobody will have been a fit of killing him. Dump the fucking bodies in like obliterating. Everything is generated. Renegade him. And make anybody who wanted with the pin and frame. Don't nobody want it, but they're gonna get it anyway. I'm beginning to feel like I'm mentally ill. I'm a killer, be killed. I'm a killer, be the vanilla gorilla. You're bringing the killer within me out of me. You don't wanna be the enemy of the demon who enemy of being the receiving enemy. What stupidity it'd be. Every bit of me's the epitome of a spitter when I'm in the vicinity. Motherfucker, you better duck or you finna be dead the minute you run into me. 100% of you is a fifth of a percent of me. I'm about to fucking finish you, bitch. I'm available. You wanna battle? I'm available. I'm blowing up like an inflatable. I'm undebatable. I'm unavoidable. I'm unevadable. I'm on the toilet while I got a trailer full of money and I'm paid for. I'm not afraid to pull them. Man, stop.
Yeah,
Look what I'm planning.
I mean, it's a beast, bro. That's my shit too. This is Vibration Foundation. We're about to get on Twin Flames. So I gotta. Share. I gotta share. All right, if I'm gonna do it right, I'm gonna do it right. So, right, because it was recorded. So, I was. Damn, this is crazy how shit happens, y'all. So I would throw my towel in for Twin Flame. I sure was. So I don't know if anyone's caught it. What? Right? I was inspired. And I was just like thinking, I said, that's weird. Like I'm trying to fight against it. And I was just like, but when you accept it, there's a greater gift. And so I did find my Twin Flame. So how do I know this? Because it only happens when you give up. Like right there. Like right when you just be like, right? Like, and it wasn't this like bad thing or anything like that. It was just like, I'm not so sure on the movement on how everybody is, right? Because in my head, I was just like, take the emotions and all of a sudden, synchronicity like a motherfucker, like beyond my imagination. I'm talking about things I'm doing, from what I see to numbers and right. I take pictures. Like I'm telling you, I'm just in this bitch like, damn. Now, once again, Twin Flame does not mean sexual partner. David Banner. Have you ever seen the Chevy where the butterfly don't stun is it? Right? That's not what Twin Flame is. Twin Flame is identifying that energy within that person. If they don't identify it within themselves, that's beside the point. But if you yourself are confident, you're presented in such a way where they'll either say, nah, you tripping, or right? Because, but once again, I don't know, right? There's a lot that I don't know about when I'm starting to realize what energy in people and what's going on in this person's life, or in their lives, or what have that I understand now. And the more I start to make sense of things, if you're going to believe it, don't half-ass it. That's what me checking myself. If you're going to believe it, if you're going to talk it, then believe it and tell the truth. You never said why you now, right? And so there it is. Now, I don't discuss my personal life and that value, but I enjoy sharing when I can. Because for, like I said, when I start to see that what you find is real, that can piss people off and people will put energy out there. I understand how to protect myself now. But I wanted to share that, so if you're kind of teetering on that, understand, hey, if you change your view, maybe you like the movie now. In the beginning, you didn't like the movie. The movie wasn't rocking with you. But all of a sudden, the movie looks a little different. So either you believe it what it is you to see, or you think it's just a whack-ass movie. Well, I would preview it. Everything aligning. The civil line. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, life is not, you're not supposed to sit here and be like, all right, today I'm born. And at the age of 18, boom, twin flame. No. What you didn't get in your relationships and health and evolution, when it's time for you to get in whatever relationship, it's based on you. Nobody gonna make you do that. And if you're in that position, I understand, trust me. But in most realities, that's on you. And so you now know that through the evolution of your own wisdom. You're like, man, in the past I used to do this. Kind of like looking at my little boy, little girl, who I wasn't able to raise and say that they were beautiful, they were strong, they were kind, they were gorgeous, they were, these things. You weren't there. So, your children are now in foster care. Your children are taken away from you for whatever reason. And they grow up with this whole other view to life where being confident means being egotistical. Feeling good about yourself means that you need to get off your high horse. And so there's environments where you're like, no, you're supposed to feel good for graduating. You're supposed to feel good because you found somebody you love. You're supposed to feel good because you're supposed to feel good because you got the promotion. You're supposed to feel good because you got the what have you that's going on in your life. And you'll get that, not that the people are not happy for you. You'll get it that it's like, you can mess up their future in trying to be in other relationships. You can do more damage in being harmful than you can than being hurtful. And so it looks like this. Me and you are dating today. I like Mike. I respect Mike. Me and you are dating today, and I do something very ugly, right? And we break up. 5 years go by, and in those 5 years, you go through like just this ugly slew of relationships. And the reason being is because I was very manipulative. I was very abusive. You're not pretty. Why you got that on? Who you on the phone with? Who you talking to? Where you been? Like, that's all I ever did. That's it. Man, what are the chances that you're going to actually be in a relationship where you feel comfortable to feel that pretty, to feel that I'm out with my friends, to feel that whatever have you, the same life you had before you met me? You're supposed to have that life as well, and inclusive or including what it is. And we combine those things. Maybe we let some things go. Maybe we add some things to it. But until you'd be surprised, until I start to realize the things that I did. And if I have the ability to say, hey, I'm just going to use you, Limi. Hey, I'm sorry. Like, I realized on my insecurities, I was projecting on you. And I felt like you were going to leave me. I've never had anybody love me like you. And so I felt like that if I said those things, you would stay, because not that you would leave. I know that sounds backwards, but I didn't know what else to do, because me being loving to you made me feel like a punk. It made me feel like I was weak. And I don't like doing all that sappy shit. So, I ain't mean to call you out your name and put you through all that stuff. You're a good girl. And I really was trying to be, but I realized where I came from wasn't doing its best. So if for whatever reason, no, I don't want to date. I trust me, I get, but I want you to know that I am sorry. And if you ever feel like that we can be friends at the minimum and, go from there, I'm happy that you've been in my life. I'm happy that we've spent the time that we spent, and I take none of it for granted. I understand all the lessons now, and the experiences you gave me are beautiful. So whether I spend this time with you or without you, I want you to know that I am sorry, and I thank you. And you put that heartfelt, you give that energy, you let that person know why, because when you were yelling at them, what kind of energy did you give them? When you were being nasty to them, what kind of energy did you give them? And that shit stung to their brains. That shit was no different than their daddy calling them out their name, because you didn't see that they really fucking loved you. And so when you said something like that, that's no different than a mom calling a child out their name, or a father hurting their daughter's feelings. It's no different. But because we see them as adults, we be like, nah, they be all right, they be straight. And then you say that and you give that heartfelt warming, and then they start making sense of their life. Remember those people they were going through? right? Quite often, if the love is real, God damn it, I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. I swear I'm not sick. That's a sign, y'all. Who's out there? That's a sign. I just realized that. Who's out there? Anyways. Yeah. All right, I'm back. And so, if the love is pure, and you and I in a relationship, and let's just say for example, 5 years go by and you hit me up and you're like, Kyle, I'm gonna let you know that after you and I broke up, I was really hurt because of how I felt you treated me, but I realized that you was just trying to be who you were, and I made you feel, I could have been a little bit more supportive. I take accountability for my actions. I'm not saying that you never did anything that made me feel, you never did anything that I felt was hurtful. I just realized that I took it in a personal fashion. However, Kyle, since I've been without you, or Grace, since I've been without you, I realized that the people I was allowing in my life didn't love me, or didn't have intimacy, or didn't have compassion, or didn't have true presence, or didn't have true, vulnerability, or didn't have, and that love will heal them, whether it's 5 years, 10 years, 5 minutes, a phone call, a text. But you have to be consistent. So the consistency is that when they see that whenever you do make a change, evolving through who you are, they'll see that the reason why you change is no different than why they start to realize that you weren't doing nothing wrong. You start to realize yourself what you were doing, why people thought you was doing something wrong. But instead, what you start to realize is that you were only viewing it, and your response was in their head saying that you were ugly or mean, and that's not what was happening. And I wish now I know why I want poly. Wow. I was gonna sit here and tell you that I wish that every relationship had a mediator. Like literally the ability to see things in all dimensions and in perspective for the husband and wife. That's how I was just thinking originally. For the husband and wife to see that their views are correct. But how do you get them to be combined so both parties are happy? And so you can do that. Business deals, they do it all the time. And so I'm sitting here in my head seeing 3 people, and I'm like, poly. And that's the man's job, or whoever wants to be the head conscious person. And I say head conscious person, put it like this: if you've ever ran a team, there's a person that's able to see the movements. They're only suggesting and advising. They're not making the movements, because you can't make nobody do nothing. And so if you're trusted by vision on what it is you see as a person, then you're that person who has kind of like, for lack of a better word, something to bring to the table. And so I just realized that if each relationship had, like low-key a mediator, like you and your girl fighting or you and your guy fighting, and then somebody's like, wait, they're just saying that the way they experience life, this is how they respond to it. They're not saying that they hate you. I know the word he used, but when he was 17, his mama called him this, and so he's only saying it this way because he thinks it's acceptable. He doesn't think you're that name. You do understand you don't have to take this personal. Other than that, he just doesn't like the ice cream. And then you press play, and then the person's like, oh, okay. Yeah, the ice cream tastes a little weird. As opposed to, man, this ice cream tastes different. Why the fuck you get this? Who the hell are you talking to? You're just like, what is happening? Does that make sense? Mediator. But poly would create that. What is happening? And remember, poly's not necessarily sex either. I know a lot, I'm sitting there thinking about poly. It's like, it's no different. It's an energy thing. It's not a physical thing. When you change the narrative, you change the outcome. Don't make it about a physical thing. Make it about energy. And if you cannot operate at that energy comfortably, that's probably not an energy you should do. Ain't nobody business but mine and my baby. I don't care. Anybody pay attention to how the music is going? What the fuck I'm saying? What's up, Black Earth? What's up for Run It? That would be dope. You should be my man. I'm telling you, I got you. for you and your husband. I mean, I'll Zoom, all that good stuff. I can't Zoom. I'm so sorry, yo. I gotta blow my nose. I don't know what's going on. All right, peace, everyone. All right, let me. Oh, you did ask a question. How do you? What? Did I just get brighter? How do you know someone is your twin flame? You're in Q. I'm in Q. Oh, I appreciate it. Oh, wow. Thank you for running. Wow. Dang, 10 years? If you, right, it's your ex not on here, right? I don't know if that's too many people. If you could talk to your ex right now, we don't know you. Say it. Say it. Like, just don't think about it. Just fucking do it. Y'all, show some love. Say it. What would you say right now? Type that motherfucker like, I know it sounds crazy. Do it. What's the worst that can happen? It comes true. You manifest and speak it to existence because you believe in it. Don't be afraid of love. Be afraid of not trying for it. Be afraid of not letting love know that I believe in you. Right? You're saying, if you know you believe in love, 10 years? Props. Like, for real. I'm sorry, I'm gonna blow my nose. I got you, man. You got her email, but don't want the rejection. I've danced that dance a couple of times. I'll tell you right now. People who know me when I was younger, they used to say, Kyle, you don't know when to stop. That's becoming useful for me now in my older days. Oh, I sent email after email after email after email. I know that for me to be successful, that persistence is key, and I have a very odd persistence to doing things that I enjoy doing, and I found that I enjoy doing this shit. So when I love something, I try to express it as much as I can. I'd rather be the fool that say, man, this dude keep telling me he loves me, stupid fucker, mother act, right? Whatever, cool, perfect. And I'll be that person. Get rejected. You might not wake up tomorrow, but at least you went to sleep knowing that you were able to express yourself. There's some people wish they can talk to their loved ones. There's some people wish they can send that email. There's some people who wish and they just can't. And here you are with like a dope ass love story. Like a right? And this love story could end with, don't you ever email me again, you are the worst person. But your resolve is that you are vulnerable enough to let her know. What is going on, man? That you miss her. You gotta roll with it, bro. Oh, you gotta roll with it. You gotta roll with it, man. Shit, if I can get anybody to fucking believe in love in one day at a time, to goddamn it, say what it is you would say right now. I know judgment. Just say what the hell you gotta say. I didn't see it at all. Oh my God. Do it.
Under the sun, nobody fucking with sun. I got a couple of sons, a couple of guns, a couple of niggas that bust up the party and fuck up the fun. She digging me and I'm cuffing a friend. She asking you why we fucking for fun. I got a suck in the thumb, that my little baby. She call me daddy like grandmama baby. If this Sunday dinner, my hand on the gravy. I've been on the craziest wave. If I'm on the stage, the gym is my minimum wage. This ain't no kid.
I'm waiting on you, Rune. It's me and you right now, Rune. Am I saying it right, Rune? Run it. Listen. I'll look at it like this. Let me see if I can try to, remove the pressure a little bit. Yeah, thank you. Listen, of all the people you could have thought about for 10 years, trust me right now, I'm going to do all I can to get you to be like, I'm texting her right now. I don't give a shit. Of all the people you could have thought about for 10 years, there's 7.8 billion estimated people. Of all the people, of all the people you could have thought about for 10 years, It's her. That's love. If that's not love, then we all have been doing it wrong. And you look for faith and sense of strength. Now you go write this book inside your head. And today is the last day. And you're reading this story. And you say, I fell in love 10 years ago. And we were together for da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And on this sad day, we decided not to be together, and we went our own ways. And I got married, and she got married, and we kept in contact with each other periodically. But throughout the years, we would feel each other's energy. I would think about her, and she would think about me. We'll send little funny text messages. And through the times, we kind of lessened our grip, but it was always that little piece. And that lasted for 10 years. Today is my last day as I finish my journal. If I could do anything different in my life, I would ask her foolishly, could she be my wife? Because if I was to die the next moment, I know I would die happy because I took that chance in love. But if I didn't at least let her know that she was that worthy of love, I feel like I've lied to her and let her and cheated her. Because by you saying that to her, if you do pass, whether you get married to her or not, at least she knows there's one person who loves her so fucking much that through 10 years, you still not held on. That's not holding on. That's another level, right? Because of all the people you could have thought about. And you're sitting here saying that this is how you feel. You didn't think about anybody else? You didn't think about anybody else for 10 years? Especially when you have dreams about people. If you have anything like that, this is not to say that, everybody runs out there like, this is to say that if you feel this way and this falls into your category, if this falls into your, I know this girl that I know this, right? Because for me on my story, when this all gets exposed, like I found out who I am. When the emails, there, all these emails, I'm sure that whoever, it's all in there. Yeah. Because I really do believe in love, just like the way I'm, right? Let me let you know, real shit. I got one response. And I was just in this different zone, like, I'm gonna love you, I'm gonna love you, I'm gonna love you. And then I had this epiphany of, if I was her and I kept seeing these messages from this guy that I say that I don't like, is that loving? Although I'm trying to be loving, the most loving thing to do is to respect her. If she's not telling you not to contact and be in her life, and that y'all are whatever, then express your fucking heart, Chief. But I can honestly tell you I do go to sleep. Damn. Yeah, pretty easily. And when you wake up tomorrow, you'll be like, damn, I sent that text, that email, so on and so forth. Just remember. Imagine if you didn't. But it's just me. I'm a fool for love. Love's a fool for me. Right? Made the moon my twin flame. So go for it. I'm listening. What you guys, you want some background music? You need some thinking music? Let me get you, man. What you want? What you got? You want something light? What you want? I do a little writing to this. I love, right? Yeah, you want to help? Y'all want to help? Dear her. Ooh. I got something to tell you. I appreciate the time that we spent with each other. I do not complain about anything. I get it now. I was supposed to learn to love. And I learned how to love with you. I've never been a day without you. Although I've never seen you. But there are days that have gone by that I've not seen you. There's never been a day where I didn't think about you. And when I think about you in love. If today's my last day, and you truly know that I really care about you, then know that I want my love to be seen with you, whether you're thinking about me, a memory, I'm sitting next to you, if you're looking at pictures, or I did something funny at one time. I say this because there are some people that I've hurt, and I've realized that me hurting them was because I didn't know how to love myself. And I didn't realize this until I started loving you. And so, if you feel like it's worth anything, by all means, I'm way more willing to take the risk. But to me, this is not a risk. If you say no and don't want to see me for another 20 years, unless I die tomorrow, I'll wait those fucking 20 years. Because there's not one day I want you to feel like my love would never stand the test of time. Hopefully I'm sure this will find you well. If it doesn't, know my intentions were. I love you. I miss you. 10 years, 100 years, 10 minutes. I can't wait to see you. If not in real life, at least in my dreams. Talk to you later. You. Send that motherfucker, man. Put your heart in that dude, man. Don't. Because maybe it'll arrive to her on a day where she can't believe life is, you know what I'm saying? If you've ever had that moment, maybe it will get to her on a moment where she's just like, and then you'll know it's real. But I've learned that you have to be that person if you want to say it's real. If not, it's not. I'd rather be like, man, I love this girl, and I did this, I did that. She said, I can't. Told me, she said, no, we're not together. But I believe in love so much that I can say it in the same sense. And I know the future in that level when it's pure and it's true. How do I know this with precision? I have 5 children. I have my daughter who just called me out my name, and I understand with her the pain that I've caused and changed my entire life. She's kind of the one that put the cherry on top. She called me out my name. And I said, why would my daughter call me out my name? I almost put my hands on her, real shit. And I've never hit my children. All right, so my daughter was 4. I popped her, that was the last time. My son, he got a whooping one time. The second one, he remembered it. My first boy, never. My last boy, never. When I say pop, like the abuse I went through. And when she did it, it blew my mind. And then I caught it. I froze time and I saw everything. And I was just like, she's only doing what she knows. Where would she get calling her daddy out her name from the people that I hang around with? The people that's allowed in her life. That's my daughter, whether it's with her mom or what have you. When someone was, for lack of better words, disrespectful or harmful or anything of that nature, my tone to the person was like, hey, I don't like that. I call you a bitch. I don't really appreciate that. You shouldn't call me a bitch. And so now I call you a bitch. You sure? You promise I'm a bitch? I just want to make sure. Like, yeah, I called you. Cool. I just want to make sure. You sure? You promise? All right, bet. That's it. I'm done. And I wouldn't show my daughter that. And so the universe forced my face in the mirror. You gonna hurt her? You gonna allow her to hurt you? And here's the trick. If I allow my daughter to hurt me, I've been communicating to my daughter that the moment you get into a house and your son, karma's a motherfucker, calls you a slut or a bitch, make sure you just tell him to go to his room and that it's okay. And that he's just mad and, right? But he's 19. He's not a child. This is not a game. This is grown. I said, and I said, oh, nope, let's take that away. Your husband. Make sure that if he disrespects you, I want to teach you as a father. Like, I know how to get snarky intellectually, I guess. So I want to teach you as a father that's okay. But if I let you stay here, that's exactly what I'm doing. Because if a man, and I'm dead and your mama's gone, and he did that to you, I'm not telling you to hurt that man. I'm telling you to protect yourself so that he knows without a doubt that that's not something that you tolerate to be behavior from a person that says, I love you. So I had to make my decision, and it blew my mind, and I saw it. I dated around my children and everything, so my children saw that disrespect. They saw that low key. They saw that constantly. They're 19, 17. The breakthroughs and epiphany I'm having with my son, I realized that I'm creating my son to be the same way. He's very, very compassionate. And the world that I came from, by view to my perception, he'll get eaten up. And then I had to change my narrative, like, no, homie, you safe. I had to change on how I was being. There's a reason why you're this way. You're not an accident. There's a reason why my daughter's this way. She's not an accident. Everything's happening for a reason. You can see that strength on standing up for that disrespect. Your twin flame or anybody, at least to feel the energy that if I'm in a relationship with her, if I'm in a relationship with him, if I'm in a relationship with them, then at least I know that they take themselves seriously enough to put themselves first. Because it's no different than you on the plane. Who do they tell you to help first? Yourself, then the child. I can't help you till I'm good. I can't give you money till I got money. I can't give you air till I got my air. And the list goes on and on and on and on. And so when I finally got it, unfortunately with that situation, right, which led to a very odd future. However, I do see the precision to she has to go through what she has to go through. And now that I see it, whenever I think about my daughter, my exes, my children, whether they're with me or without me, I love them equally as I love myself and the people that I don't know yet. And so that's the past, present, and future. And I've learned how to defend all of me. Through a spiritual awakening, you do this kind of disattachment from money. And for me, Eckhart Tolle talked about being homeless. And I always tell my friend, you don't get it, bro. I don't give a shit. I'll let this house, phone get cut off, I'll work out I'll send my son down to his mama, I'll work inside a Starbucks and help and be that prolific to understanding. Now people are like, oh, you're judging and no, you don't do. Now you don't get it. Because if you really believe it, you won't second guess it. And the second guessing portion is not like hesitation. The second guessing portion is this okay? Am I safe doing this? No, you get to the point of ensuring beyond nothing that I'm being loving. Beyond nothing. That's why you have the consciousness. And when you get used to it, it doesn't matter if you're rich, broke, homeless, all kids, no kids, 6 women, no women, black, white, Asian, Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad. It don't matter. You just be loving. So if my man is still in there, I need you to go ahead and send that to her. Want some good news? It's a full moon. It's a good chance that the energy that everybody has seen, even if he's not in here, she's feeling it. It's a good chance. So follow your intuition. Trust me, it's a lot better than not. Excuse me. Man, it is really it's hot. What's up, Red? Someone overcome about to faint hopes all around. Thank you, Lisa. I received a letter such as this, and I ended my marriage for that level of love. I've received a letter such as this, and ended my marriage for that level of love. You have done so. Thank you, Red. Hey, man, love your content. I appreciate all you do in transparency. Keep shining your light. Hey, appreciate that. Thank you. I just had a similar moment. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, love. I saw your comment come in. Let's talk about my daughter. I think this is my sign. What's that, Black Earth? Good day. What's going on, Lala? And remember, it ain't a bad thing. It's so beautiful to tell a woman, hey, check this out. I don't feel vibrationally you and I are be able to operate in what I thought was going to be a future for us. But I'm not saying that there is no future for us. Can we reevaluate on where we stand? Because what I was trying to do, man, when I tell you you can communicate in ways that make people look at you like, yeah. Last dude I was talking to, he just stopped calling me. So, yeah, what you want to talk, right? If you have that maturity, Some people ain't got it. And so you'll be able to express that vibrationally, no, this is what I desire to do. And I don't think that we'll be able to match up. If you feel like this is something that we can do and we're able to match up, I'm all ears, baby. I like that. I don't like that. This is how I see it, so on and so forth. Because if somebody really wants to be with you, trust me, that work goes in. No different than me doing 24 hours of duty for a country. They don't even know my fucking name. No different if my son got up at 3 o'clock in the morning. He's 2 years old. I'm not complaining about being up. I'm going to sit there and make sure my son is safe. And so if you're in my life and I'm able to sit here and say vibrationally, I don't feel like that we're able to advance what it is that I think we're trying to do. And you're saying what it is you're trying to do. And we're able to talk like a fucking adults. This is like a turn on for me. And we're able to talk like adults about how we can be in each other's life vibrationally. That means that you're so ready to be in love that you could operate a vibration that's low and say, hey, you know what? I agree. Vibrationally, I'm not ready to be with you. And so I'm going to go do this, but please, can we keep in contact? No, I get it. If I'm dating something, like, I've done this before. I thought it was wrong. But the truth is, when I was dating 6 women, it was easier for me to be more Kyle than it was for me to actually put myself in one position. And you do the history and you do the work. What was happening? Because this weird thing called vulnerability was happening with each person. I got to be vulnerable with the person I was with so we can make the connection. And we didn't, for lack of better words, when we have in relationships, we get upset. Okay, we connect, we good, we laughing and joking, we start rocking out. All of a sudden, I do this thing you don't like. Well, that thing you don't like about me, guess what she does? 1 + 1 = 3. I meant that, but then you start looking at it. When you see yourself is happy when you're being vulnerable, I also realized that there were some people who didn't reject me for being vulnerable. Some people actually received me, but the way they received me was not so much as I want to talk about it. They received me in a way I've never received. This is why I say I started to understand what love is in a different way. They received me in a way where it's like, that's just what you want to do. But I was so used to women being in my life like, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do this, why are you doing this, why are you doing that? So if you didn't say nothing, I was just looking at you like, so you good? Like, yeah, I'm good. You sure you didn't say nothing about it? Like, yeah, Kyle said I was good. And in my head, for me, because of the abuse I went through, it triggered me to keep going, and keep going. Listen, y'all, when you yourself start to see that you're not destroying, setting a blueprint for destruction, you'll start asking yourself, how can I change this before the end of it all? Not that what you're seeing is bad. There's nothing wrong with your blueprint. It's how can I change it? And that's that perception. That's that perspective towards, I think I just lost my point. That's that perspective towards, there it is, for your love to be seen by everybody without feeling like you have to change. That consistency is always going to be your key for you to say to the man or to the woman, the group or the team or whoever it is, that on the worst day, you can count on me. You can be a guide, a mentor. It gets to the point where I start seeing it vibrationally. I understand Thich Nhat Hanh on being the monk. Looking at things with love, I'm like right now thinking about it, and a person that's vibrationally aligned with you, they should be able to respect you in a way that no matter what you present to them, they're going to have your back. Because it's not about if you're wrong or right. They'll be able to make the subconscious. And I'm just figuring this out now. Like I'm telling you, like, if I did, I did. But they'll be able to make the subconscious decision of saying, like, I respect on how you see things and what you feel is a vision. This is what I see. And you're sitting down independently building a team. If you've ever seen that, there's a good chance that person loved themselves and was willing to express and be vulnerable with you at that moment. When you take that away, going back to dating multiple people, this is why we still feeling like, being a player, start feeling good. I'm going to, AKA blow your mind. Imagine if the person or the group or the poly truly accepted you, just like you see yourself dating why men and women cheat, because there's something in the relationship that you're not accepting, and that acceptance is vulnerability. Hey, I feel insecure about our sex life. I wish I was doing better. And then your lover's like, you're the best I've ever had. Like, you never said that. And now they have that security instead of them messing with whoever, right? And not in the judgment's way. You start to realize you only did that because you thought I wasn't happy. Boy, I'm so fucking, girl, I'm so. And when you see that continuing, when you see that constant and that growth, remember, this is in the view where the person is literally trying to be with you. It looks messy because no one has sat down with you and tried to put the puzzle together. No one sat down with you and was like, you know, that piece looks real familiar. I think you did that when you was like, didn't you tell me a story when you was like 12? I think that piece fits there. What you think? Oh, that's why I do that. Yep, see? Told you. Like, damn, I didn't see that. You know what? Thanks for that right there. That's something that, with the twin flame, it's a different game. But that's something you can do regardless of the vibration you're operating with. Does that make sense? Like, it doesn't matter who you're with. I don't believe that you treat anybody like shit for any reason. It makes me very, right? I just get to the point like, so you doing this on purpose? You know you don't have to, right? And not so much in the relationships with me. I'm just talking about to where people are in relationships and like, right? Don't get it twisted, boy. I'm telling you, I do like, I call myself doing nice me, right? And so my buddies would clown me. They were like, man, you nicer than me. I was like, oh, for real? I thought it was big. So I took the stuff back, but I like took her stuff and I like took it to her sister's house. And my buddy was like, you know, toss that shit over the bridge. And I was like, I'm not trying to hurt her, bruh. Like, I'm trying to get her out of my life. I'm not trying to destroy her life. And the way he saw it wasn't wrong either. But there it is again. To me, I'm thinking I'm making the best decision because I'm trying to protect myself. More than likely for her, that wasn't the case. Then to my buddy, it was just like, you weak. I'd have tossed all that shit. Right? How many people have been in a relationship and like, did you get your man stuff back? Nope. Burnt all that shit. Damn. Right? Didn't mean nothing. For me, it's the opposite. It does mean something. Henceforth, why the pictures are on my wall. These are all my exes. This is my whole, list and so forth. That's that proof for me through, oh shit, I've been loving like this consistently. The only way I was able to prove that I've been loving like this is to change the way I was loving myself. Once I changed that, I don't care if you don't think I'm loving. Give a shit. If you don't think I'm loving, that's cool. That's on you. But I'm still gonna love you. That person that's willing to put those pieces in and help you out and see that connection, those people are special. That does not necessarily mean they're your twin flame. But there is something special about that person that can do that with you. And it can be something as simple as, it'll probably fuck you up. It'll be something like, I'm just trying to like envision this where you're like, hey, I don't think vibrationally we're gonna work. You know what I'm saying? On some spiritual stuff. Like, hey, vibration, I don't think we're gonna work. Like, and I understand, blah, 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 blah. And if that person responded with like, I respect that, so on and so forth, I'll probably be like, for real? Like, you understand I want to do. Like, yeah. Well, that's new. It's different. Huh. All right, right. And so what ends up happening is because that experience, and I'm using that as an example, it's not something I personally experienced in a healthy fashion. Let me put that out there. In a healthy fashion. I've experienced, but it was backwards. It was like, we did wrong, and then we try to fix it. It's too late now. Right? You can't change the rules in the middle of the goddamn game. You started the game this way, you got to finish it this way, unless you stop playing the game. Some people don't play the game again. The only other way, for me to look at it is where you essentially ask the person to marry you or advance in a relationship, and you say something, to the level of, hey, vibrationally. And I use vibration because I don't like how people look at people. Like, I'm telling you, the backstory for those who know me, I didn't like, oh, she's pretty, and I always was like, why we got to put the judgment? Why, right? And so now people will say stuff like, old school method was like, oh man, Kyle, she's beautiful, or man, you got a bad chick, things of that nature. And so I responded like, appreciate it. Now, because of who I am, it's different. Regardless of what it is that you think you might see energetically, unless you operate that, you don't see her. You can try. She can stand right there in front of your face. But you don't see her. Flip side is, let's say you do see her energetically, you ridiculously do fucking see this person that I see energetically. Energetically, I know that dude is gonna be like, damn, energetically, y'all match. Energetically, y'all are strong. I love the king and queen in y'all. I love the strength in y'all. Because when a person is rocking energetically and they see people being energetic, they're never gonna want to try to tear that down. And so when you know what I'm saying. And so it's always a win-win, and it's man, it's a different game, y'all. It's a different, and I really am just sitting here like, beauty. Don't get it twisted. Beauty is beauty, but I didn't know you could be beauty energetically, vibrationally. I didn't. If you ever see as a reference, right? And I love it. You ever see somebody who was, in your opinion, or how people taught me to say what obesity is? They're the man is over. Family Guy. There you go. Lois has the frail shape, and Peter has, right? In reality, that happens with men and women, but we're looking at them physically. You can't see them because energetically, you don't have the sight yet, aka third eye. And so when someone sees it, regardless of what you see in front of it, the child could be black, white, no arms, all arms, disabled, stronger, shorter, taller, fat, little, Spanish, no Spanish, English, no English, Korean, no Korean. Energetically, you can see it in animals. Yeah, man, you look right at a dog and the dog look right at you, and then look at somebody else and start growling. I finally started seeing it in myself, right? It took me a long time when people are like, you have beautiful eyes, you have beautiful eyes, you have beautiful eyes. And it's a thing that I'm doing with my son. I just remind myself, get that little boy. We started smiling because, you know, where he grew up. And I was very insecure towards myself because of the attraction of what pretty meant for me, or handsome meant for me. And that meant for me that I was going to get touched on, that I was going to get hurt, that I was going to be molested. And so although you see what you see energetically, I was still that abused little boy. That when I heard you're handsome, that meant that you wanted me to do some stuff. And it took a long time to get out of that uncomfortable zone. And so, you know, I used to have my cheek pulled. I found a kid picture. I used to have my cheeks pulled on and all this other stuff. And so, you know, I got very uncomfortable trying to say I fit in, saying that I was in pain. And so I learned how to go with the flow with everything. That's why I joined the Marine Corps. That's why I joined, and the list goes on. And when I realized that I wasn't doing it, when I realized that I wasn't living my truth, like really living my truth, and trying to explore, one, two, finding people or discovering people who want to explore with you. Thank y'all so much for the gifts. Thank you. Finding people who want to explore with you. Going back to vibration, it can look so dope. Let's say we meet and no intimacy of that level. It's just like vibrationally, we are good people. And you're in my life and I meet this guy and I'm just like, yo, I think, right? Vibration, right? And if something like that had happened to me, I'd be like, nah, I'm good. Because I couldn't trust people from that abuse I went through when I was a kid. And so as a man, although people saw the soldier and the saloon and the chisel and the bodybuilding, at the time, it was very fake. I was just trying to fit in. And so I literally find jobs that allowed you to blend in. Competition, things of that nature. But my body was screaming to do other things. This is why I did single sports. I started to find the balance. One of my favorite stories that I find to be very comical was ironic is that I wanted to be a model. And my dad was like, no, if you do that, you might as well be negative term towards men and sexuality, right? And the very same summer, I decided to join the Marine Corps. And he told my mom, if you stop him from making that decision as a man, he'll never make a decision as a man again. And I was young and, consciously I didn't really see the world like how I see it now. And if I did, I would have been like, yo, Dad, you're contradicting yourself. You're contradicting yourself. And I didn't catch it, but it was the same summer. Somebody came from Houston downtown. I mean, it was like if I had to write my story, I would have probably I would have went modeling, right? Because I ran to my mom and dad and I was adopted and everything. And so, boom, there it is. No, right? I'm trying, no. And when I got into the military, those traumas were still there. So now I'm in a relationship and don't know how to express my own sexuality. I legit thought I was gay because of what would happen whenever I got around men, but I couldn't express that because for me, psychologically, I was raped as an infant. I was raped in foster care, not in adoption, but psychologically. And so none of that was dealt with, no counseling, no nothing. And then you're married, right? And so, like I said, I expressed a portion of it where I tried to express myself and all this other stuff happened. So I wasn't going to do that again. And when you do not deal with your trauma, and when I say deal with your trauma, allowing it to affect you the way it's supposed to. It's not supposed to hurt you. Seriously, it's not supposed to hurt you. And so that took 19 to 38. Actually, I would say, be honest with you, 40. Shit. About a month ago. And that's when I came with the idea of incest, and I started to having like these epiphanies, what was happening, what was making me feel fearful. And I hear people saying stuff like, you're blessed, God's got you. And I honestly thought, everybody hears that. And the older you get, people who are spiritual, people who are, right, you start to realize that these are not coincidences, right? There's all types of stuff that now that I have and just going to this book that I have in my head written, all the experience I've had with, discovering hard proof that these things happen, looks more like telepathy, but there are people who be like, did this happen, did this happen, did this happen? And all these things are happening, but in my head, I wouldn't say anything. You take that and try to say, and then put, I'm a Marine. And then, right, there was, for me, and to say that I was hiding, it's pretty interesting because it wasn't that I was hiding. I was literally regurgitating what the world told me to be. I tried to be me and it didn't work out. And so that became my pattern, right? Now trying to be me, this is me, talking, laughing, joking, talking about love, sharing that perspective, being vulnerable. And after I finally saw everything, what my gift was is that I think it's sexual fluidity or something like that. And so I don't have any judgment towards anything. I know what I like. And because I don't have judgment and because I don't have any say against men who are gay or men who are transsexual or women who are gay or whatever, right? I would have these friends, or I have these friends, I would interact with these people, and their comfort level around me is what triggered my brain to say, stop. There's a reason why you yourself is able to be receivable and acceptable by other people who find you to be attractive. This is not something that's bad. This is something that's good. Because remember what you grew up, right? Remember your friend who came out that was gay and these other people beat him up? Remember how he came to you? Yeah, right? So if I was gay and I'm sitting here trying to express to you that I'm gay and you hurting me, I'm not going to sit here and feel like I can be vulnerable. But for me, it was the abuse that I endured. And because I never got past that portion of explaining the full story, I never got past to the incest of me having the experience I had with the children in foster care. You yourself, you have to allow your trauma to transform you so that you can see that the love you're manifesting and attracting, it might have those elements. But if it does, because you've been through it, it ain't shit for you. If your son or your daughter feels insecure towards their sexuality, now you have a legit story that's something that's so groundbreaking where they're like, damn, mom, damn, dad. And to see that, this legit was a struggle for me. I've been married twice. And once again, nothing wrong. It was I was trying to be this. And then the dark side of where it looks like I was bad, where I dated 6 women. I was on purpose. We all knew and everything. And that story, and I was just like, what's happening here? And so now through the spirituality, the balance of expressing myself and being able to, and enjoy being vulnerable, enjoy the uncomfortableness and the newness of the shirt. This is a new shirt, a little different. I like it though. It look good. I like this. I like this new me. This is okay. Okay. Somebody's like, you ain't nothing. I wasn't asking you. I'm still checking myself out. You know what I'm saying? And so when I finally saw that, my life through vision on how I started seeing manifestations started changing, situations, how I deal with stuff started changing, the way I see love started changing. Somebody had asked me, or somebody had gave me props on somebody asking me about if I would date. This somebody has asked me before if I would date them or would I date a transsexual or something like that. And I said I was flattered and everything. And it was like, I like how you did that. And for me at the time, I didn't really see it. But what I started to realize is that that's the portion that I wasn't willing to accept. Is that I didn't want to tell people that I was willing to accept other people that you're not willing to accept. I'm going to say it again. I was uncomfortable telling you that I'm willing to accept the things you're not willing to accept because I didn't want you to judge me, that you felt like I was better than you because I wouldn't judge. And I'm not saying that you are, but you understand the concept. And when I saw that I can like and enjoy and do what it is that I want to do, yes, it's true. People in your life start moving different, but that movement is not wrong. That movement is new. That position is your new life or new alignment. And then you just understand that when you spend time with them, you spend time with them passionately, you're present there. And it's not about how often, it's what you do when you spend the time. And so in combining and all of that to see that, for me to discover that my fears were literally covering up my biggest gems, my biggest jewels. I want my story, the experience, not just for me, just as a reference. And my brothers and the whole hood, right? The whole background. Because I know the people that I've dated, that I've loved, that I've put my heart and time to, I still love them. And when you start to realize that who's signing up to loving people all fucking day? Oh, conditional love. Sorry. Oh, you didn't make it? Sorry. Oh, they called you out your name? Yeah, you can't love. Right? But you have to ask yourself, if they're going to be like that, where are they getting it from? I didn't say stay in the relationship. I just simply said love them from a distance. And then when everything starts clicking and you get to stand on your 10 toes, I love this. And you're like, you sure? Wasn't asking. And you get to have fun. And then there's other people like, I love this. I love this. I love this. I enjoy this. You got a whole team. So vulnerability. If my man's still in there, please rock with it. Anybody else that help with, please. Vulnerability. It takes a while. It's easier said than done. But when I finally saw that my beauty was no different than my love for my children. Do I love my children? You damn right. Am I beautiful? You damn right. Am I happy? You damn right. Do you love your ex? You damn right. And once again, I ain't knocking nobody who ain't rocking that way. But if you are, I got a feeling you got an interesting life. Very loving, right? Even if you're by yourself. Thank you, Mega. I appreciate that. Your authenticity is magical in your beauty, your living, your purpose. Yeah. It's crazy, y'all. How do you know if you've met your twin flame? I got you, Shawig. Bless. What's up, Lisa? Thank you. Grand Rising She-Wolf. How can I tell? How can you tell someone how to deal with their trauma? That is not your place. True, that is not my place. But my suggestion is that to inspire someone to deal with their trauma, right? So if you're in somebody's life and how they're dealing with their trauma in any fashion, what I call their shadow. If you're uncomfortable about your shadow, and for lack of better words, the sun is shining and you see your shadow, you'll freak out. And what you do to yourself, you do to everyone else. And so if the person is, for lack of better words, wait, were you referring to something I said? I wanted before I cleared it up, or somebody else in one of my stories. Let me take that back. Is she still in there? Goddess. Grand Rising again. Thank you for the follow, beautiful. Thank you, Avalon. We're part of the regulars here and loving it. I think my son is up. He was asleep earlier. Allow the inner child to legit be heard and to be healed. It breaks the wall. Yeah. And it's almost like when I said this shit, it was like it was guided. It was like as the thoughts, it wasn't like this one. It was just like, man, why am I thinking about that? And I do this thing now. If something pops into my head, I don't force it out anymore. I pay attention. It popped in there for a reason. And so incest had popped in my head. It was a story I was telling my son about this guy who had told me about it. And there it was. I started connecting shit. And I was just like, wow. I'm straight. I'm straight exotic. Good, beautiful. Hopefully you enjoyed the journey. Wow, I feel like you're the male version of me. That's a good thing, right? Yes, it will. Standing in one's truth will give you a great sense of freedom. Allow the inner child. Yes, yes, yes. I appreciate y'all support. Seriously, I do. And once again, like, it's like I want to create a safe space. I want to create a safe space. The best way to do that is to be that example. You know, I'm sitting here thinking, you said, I thought I was gay. I didn't think I was gay. Not at all. For lack of better words, I just slow down time in my head. But this is what it looks like. Never thought I was gay. Let's say you're a guy. You're in my life as somebody that's at work. And you're gay. I have a male and female friend that we all work with. And for lack of better words, they feel some type of way because of your preference. What would happen is that I'm non-judgmental towards it. And so how you and I flow, we good. We'll rock out with our socks out. We'll laugh and joke and all this other stuff. And I'll be like, hey, let's invite such. And you're like, you cool with them? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you think they're cool? And so because of me, I want to be loving to everybody, right? Like, yeah, they cool. And I'm like, hey, let's go over here, right? Boom. And this is as an example. This was happening in my life, right? And they're like, oh, why is such going? Ain't he? And I'm like, yeah. And they was like, you hang out with him? I'm like, yeah. And there it was. You see it? The energy of receiving from them because of how I was resistant to this person, regardless of their preference. And so it wasn't that. I literally just thought about it. I was like, never thought that I was gay. Trust me. The reality towards it was that, wow, it matches fitting into the rest of society so that I wouldn't be the guy who was the oddball, who had a friend that was gay. But I was also the kid in school who was friends with, how they said, special needs children. But to everybody else, they were special needs. To me, I used to go to foster care, live in foster care with these kids. So they were just regular kids. Remember, I went to foster care young, so I didn't know that this person is different from this person. It didn't process in my head. And so as I got introduced to the world, like I saw something completely different. And so that same feeling, I'm telling you, man, life is gorgeous. My spirituality is doing some dope shit. That same feeling of being friends with the guy who was special needs. They'd be like, why the fuck you be chilling with his name? Why the fuck you chilling with him? I was like, man, he's cool. It was like, bro, that y'all really friends, dog? Like you and such and such, because he has, he was special needs. Y'all really friends? He's like, you know what, Kyle? Right? And it would be stuff like that. And it wasn't necessarily word for word. It's the energy that surrounded. And because of my insecurities and not being able to feel that I can be vulnerable and say that I enjoy his companionship. I enjoy her companionship. I don't care that they like eating frogs. I don't care that they like sucking on toes. I don't care if they like wearing hoodies. I don't give a shit. And I allow my fear of loving someone who is not the same as me prevent me from loving them because of the voices of others. All because of what I grew up with. The literal beratement of, there are people who knew that there were people who knew that the two guys who was touching us, they knew that they were, oh, this is bad. And I'm tapping into memories that I haven't. So the twins who touched us were grown. What's not being said is that they were lovers to each other. And so people knew this, that they were doing this to each other, but they called them special. So now I just realized why I was special, why I was friends with the kid who was special, because the people who was touching us were special, and we didn't know for years. We didn't know. I'm telling you, we were 5. My brother was younger. Well, when he got there, he was a little bit older, but right? And I'm just realizing that what, the uncomfortableness is that they were brothers, twin brothers. And so people knew that they were, for lack of better words, touching each other. They didn't say anything because they just said they slow, right? Once again, TikTok, I'm just expressing. And because they were slow, they never thought they were hurting children. And I just realized it. There's a question I had, why no one ever, you know what a child prays for when they get touched on? Somebody couldn't give them. And it never dawned on me. If it wasn't for the fact that there's people alive that know this story, this is true. It never dawned on me that no one ever asked. And I was like, why? Like, until I started telling you that I thought I was gay, but it wasn't that I thought I was gay. It was that I felt like that I couldn't be friends with somebody who was gay, or somebody who had sex with their sister, or somebody who was disabled, or somebody who had special needs, and loved them without being judged by people who were not. And this is gorgeous that I'm seeing it, but it's sad because it sucks. Because they were grown men and they had special needs, and we were children. They were nice to the kids. This is why now I see why Miss Taylor did what she did. She wasn't hitting them because they touched me for 14 years, 11 years. She was hitting them because they touched all the kids, and she tried to kill them. And no one would have put 2 and 2 together because they were of special needs. Damn. So my entire life, I hid the fact that I was raised and molested by 2 mentally challenged men that were twins and brothers who were lovers to each other, did the same thing to the kids in the home, brought other men and other women to do the same thing. This happened. And because of that, I tried to expose it or express it to someone. They said I needed help. I felt bad. I didn't want to go get help. I didn't want to be like, hey, I did this, right? I was young. I was barely 20. And they were only responding the way they were taught to respond. And I'm just sitting here looking at it that life would have been different if I accepted myself then. That person didn't do anything wrong, but what it has shown me that I can make it through anything. If somebody really is almost like, if you want to be in a relationship, I got you. Nah. It's just, there's nothing you can't make it through, ladies and gentlemen. Does it work? But I just realized right now the reason why no one ever questioned the home. Because they would special need men. They made the kids laugh. Man, fuck, bro. Right, so if anybody saw the twins around the kids, it's not like they were laughing and joking with the kids. The twins, they had childlike mind. So the children, the good news is, I see it. So there is actually no bad news. Sad news is, it's no more sad news. It was a scary movie. Now I like this fucking movie. It's not. This movie ain't for the weak-hearted though. This stuff is, and I'm just looking at it like, wow. But yeah. Breakthrough on TikTok, yeah? Vulnerability shit, give it a taste. You'd be surprised. Thank you, Avalon Lady. Thank you. Yeah, this is... Because I let it define me. I did. Wow. And now it's all making sense, like every person that's been in my life. If I think about somebody, I know how they fit. Like, it's the craziest shit. And not in a way where it's just like, oh, I gotta make sense. It's like, let's just say you come up with a memory of somebody, you're like, damn, I haven't thought about them in a while. And you're like, because you see things differently now, you're like, oh, wow. I hope they're doing good. And that's how I look at it now. Thank y'all for being here. I did not expect that. It's like the universe is testing, saying, you're so vulnerable, huh? I talk to myself and discover stuff like that quite often, but I didn't see that. And so thank y'all. Thank you for being here. This is not one of those, I want my story to be inspirational to you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. If it's not for you, for someone else. And if you're good and it was just something to hear, then I appreciate your time. I do. Spiritual steps to break through and you coming out enlightened. Yes. Thank you, Avalon. Thanks, appreciate it. Thank you, Wes, for the follow, love. What's up, Black Queen? Hey, possible they thought they were loving them the same way they love one another. Yep, we're syncing. There it is. Yep, all that. Yes, great point. Thank you. Thank you, Avalon Lady. So painful, surrounded with love. Wow, yeah. Damn, man. Thank you, Exotic. I wish that on everybody, to be the level of freedom you desire. Whichever path that is, take the path that is the most loving. If you come across being vulnerable, I think you enjoy it. If you reach that level of love and that's not something you had to tap into, and maybe you figured out a different way, cool. I respect that too. But I wish that on everybody because that wasn't my life. And I lived that life for years. This is where people like the homeless people, spiritual people get homeless. They let all that shit go because it wasn't theirs in the first place. They were just holding on to an old dream. They let all that shit go. Yeah. And you start living your real life. So hell and hot water. This is, right? I don't discover all that shit just to talk. Nah, bruh. This is it. Hey, Stephanie, thank you. Right? Yes, thank you. Thank you. I can fall asleep to your voice. Well, all right. So I was about to make a joke. Just make sure you share. Man, somebody's showing me some. Can you share my stuff, y'all? Can you do that for me? Pretty please. Like I was in this mug, like somebody's loving it. It was like a few views. It was like a few likes, like 3-4 likes, like 100 views, bruh. So like somebody must be doing what I do. I be playing shit, right? Thank you, Black Queen. I be playing. Oh man. Oh wow. Boy, we over here popping. Oh, we doing good. Thank you, Cinnabons. Thank you, love. Thank you. It was like a few. It was beautiful. I was sorry I got to share. Listen, my twin is Argentina. My twin is Argentina. You just found her? Or him? It was like a few beautiful. It was like a few 3-4 lights. Appreciate the follow and share, y'all. Thank you for the availability. You're divine. Thank you, Mega. Thank you for the roses, Black Queen. I miss what seems like a deep share. I promise you I'm going to upload this one. I promise you. This one, I wasn't expecting that something, right? I discovered, listen, every time you think you know something, hang that shit up. You don't know shit every time. I've been proven on that level. And when I say know something, like, man, I know this. And then you learn something more from the knowledge you gain. You be like, I did not see that coming. And so I'm comfortable to say the things that I know. Like, I was like, nah, I haven't found my twin flame. And I'm like, if you're going to believe it, right? And because there's some things I'm experiencing. Yes, I have. I'll give you that. But I believe in it to a level of, if you have to create the story, how would you create it, right? Manifestation. If you believe in something, you think it, you dream it, and you see it with your eyes, eye vision. Take the leap of faith, and you let it go, and you let it be, and let it attract to you. You don't have to do anything. What's yours will come to you. So it's every time I get to this, I don't, and I keep discovering shit about me. Like I don't know shit about myself. I don't know nothing about myself, and I'm so happy to take this journey of discovering myself with me. And so I've learned, right, like in foster care, kids coming in on drugs, kids coming in disabled, kids coming in there with all types of different things. Can they get love? Hell yeah, they can get love. So when somebody's like, oh, you can't be in a relationship unless you are ABCD bullshit. No, you can still be in a relationship. Just learn how to be loving to situations that you may not have experienced. And when the experience is new, just because it's difficult doesn't mean that it's bad. Quite often it's something that you've never experienced. And so it's difficult because you're trying to love this person without the complexities that you've had in the past. As soon as your significant other or the friends or whoever understand that knowledge gets you to have like this continuation of like, shit, we always learning something new. Damn right, baby. Damn right. Hey, you ever had this? All right, so once again, not complaining. 9 likes. There's 121 views, but there's only 1 share. Who is loving me this way? And so I laugh at it because the stuff that I'm playing is take nothing personal. So what's 9 divided by 121? 9 people liked it. 9 divided by 121. Let's do some math. This is telling me.
Ever had a child reach at your lip?
This is telling me that 9 people watch this 13 times. So don't feel like it's complaining. But this is what it's saying. Can we just share? That's all I'm saying. Like, I get why the TikTokers are like, why you're not famous yet? Why you're not famous yet? Because you're not sharing my shit. And I'm like, it ain't that big of a deal. I'm just like, and it's way worse. This is just in 10 hours. And so I get to the point where if you yourself are trying to be this person, sell this product, whatever the case may be, you want to ensure that the transition is correct. If I give you the wrong amount of money, you're going to be pissed, right? Yeah. Can I have a soda? Not a problem. You give me $20. The soda's only $1, and I give you $3 back. You'll be looking at me like, You sure? I'm like, no. I just didn't feel like sharing the rest of your money. So you don't want to share my shit? You gonna watch me 13 times? You gonna watch me 13 times? What are you studying me? Think about it. I had to find a way. Like, this ain't happening. It is happening. And so if I'm helping you, can you help me? Seriously. If I'm helping you and you know that I'm helping you, I'm asking because I fucked around and found my worth, right? Like, oh, that ain't worth that. I wasn't asking you if it's not worth that. I gave you $20. That was $1 soda. Can I get my $19 back? And so in the view of it, it's, I want to ensure that I'm giving you what you feel like is worthy to share. It's the reason why I'm creating this content. It's not so that I can affect all the people in the world. It's the person who feels like I'm worth 13 fucking watches per view. Just going, right? Good news is, when I say I figure shit out, I'm going to say something that I hope everybody can hear. You don't know who the fuck is sharing your shit, so share it. You don't know. I had to go look at somebody else's page. It's like this. Why is people not sharing my shit? Like, what's happening? Ladies and gentlemen, you can share that motherfucker 1,000,000 times. I don't know you're sharing it. So, can you help me out? Real shit. And get into the direction of, I'll go in and share your motherfucker. If you are sitting here watching 13 times, share it 3 times. And you play whatever number. On the legitimate note, is that if you yourself are watching it 13 times, can you let me know? DM me. Because I'm serious about my craft. I'm serious about love. And if it's something that is, right, I've made a goal for myself. Every question I'm answering, I'm doing videos, right? Because I see that what can help one can help more. And, right, if you can. You don't know who's sharing it. But I do find it to be impressive that I love y'all. I do. Low key, it's a bit like, what? And maybe you're watching it and not liking it. Maybe it's actually 121 likes and, 9 people watched it. And that was it. And actually was more and they just forgot to like it. Whatever. But if you can, I'm asking because we're building here. And it's a dream come true. Like, legitimately. But I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, no, not yet. We about to. Boy, you right on. Before we do, though. Grace, I love you. Ariana, I love you. Avalon, I love you. She-Wolf, I love you. Lisa, I love you. I love you. Stephanie, I love you. It's me, Betty, I love you. Darling, I love you. Sharon, I love you. Mary, I love you. Simple, I love you. Cinnabon, I love you. Mary, you one of the originals. Where you been? I ain't seen you in a minute. Terry, I love you. Mega, I love you. Megan, I love you. Evan, I love you. Kason, I love you. Lexus, I love you. Allison, I love you. Exotic, I love you. Corey, I love you. Coco Queen, I love you. Jesse, I love you. Medina, I love you. Bree, I love you. Tink, I love you. Jonah, I love you. Mimi, I love you. Dressy, I love you. Good God, I love you. Todes, I love you. Birth, I love you. Ain, I love you. Rosalina, Tootie. Appreciate it, y'all. Thank you. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. Damn. Once again, I really do appreciate y'all being here. Like, yeah, this is... I can't believe I just said that. Huh. How about that? All right. Oh, I got to start marketing myself. Hashtag Use Love First for Facebook. Facebook, YouTube. I haven't started posting everywhere else. I'm going to get back to it, but I have all the other platforms as well. I'm still manifesting help. Please go check that video out if you haven't, right? If you want to donate, right? I don't know. I've been trying to see what's the smallest amount you can donate for Cash App. Cash App is not hashtag Use Love First. It's $ Use Love First. Everything is Use Love First. Talk about merch, videos, sharing. Duets, yes. For people who want to work, duets, one-on-one services, please hit me up. I'm responding to people, so things are very definitely getting interesting. It's getting busy, and so I will see y'all. I don't have a set schedule. It's kind of like I let my I trust my intuition, and I'll pop up whenever, what have you. Okay, and we're gonna do our 11-minute manifestation, or meditation. 11-minute manifestation. That's all I be doing. I just be sitting here, just dreaming and shit. Good. Thank you, Allison. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Y'all loving each other. Twin flames, and then we had I shared a revelation where originally I felt that I was gay, and when I say gay, more so of what had happened to me and the things that, and then I had this realization that no one ever questioned were we actually being touched. Like I'm telling you, no one ever questioned, but it's because the men who was touching us was mentally challenged. And because they were mentally challenged, they were men, they knew that these two men who were twin brothers were also lovers to each other. But it never crossed the adults' mind for where we were living, that they were touching the children and saw the foster home because there were so many children. So their brains was just like, nah, there's, right? And so, and remember, these children, these adults were mentally challenged, and they had the mind of a child. So they actually fit in, and they were like caretakers to the children. And so, they were actually, right? Worst case scenario. And so I had a breakthrough because I had a friend who was special needs, and it wasn't so much that I got made fun of, but I started to use the example where I have a gay friend in my life, and then I invite my gay friend to go out with my friends over here, and they're like, you know them? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, they asked me, are they cool? I'm like, yeah, they cool. And then I get over here with my friends, and they're over there looking at them, looking at my friend that's gay, and like, yo, you hang with him? I'm like, yeah. And I would reject him because I didn't want them to judge me that I was none restricted to him and allowed him to be, because I didn't judge anybody who was gay. I didn't judge a guy who was gay, or a girl who was gay, or a guy who was mentally challenged, or a girl who's mentally challenged, or if a girl had disabilities, or a guy had disabilities. Like, I have friends and people that live these lives, and for me, they're no different than you and me, simply because I grew up in foster care. And so when these kids would come in, that's just how they were. You weren't 5 years old talking like, oh, I can't talk to you because of how your arm is. That's not what happened. And so growing up, when I tried to express to a significant other about what had happened, she suggested that I go get help. And because of the insecurities that I went through, I took that as a bad thing and felt like she was trying to hurt me and all this other stuff. And so the list goes on from there, where I'm like, I'm not gay. I'm not this thing. I'm not how you're perceiving me. I'm going to show you. Watch how good I am at love. Look at how many women I can be with. And I'm just putting it out there, bro. And when I started to see that I was creating this by accident, but I was legitimately creating this, I started to see the reason why, because I wouldn't be vulnerable to say, hey, that I am accepting enough to people in my life outside of what they may look like. And I'm not saying that the people in my life before today did anything wrong. They only did what they were taught. And so now the reality of it is, it's not on them, it's on me. Can't no one make me do anything. And so the coming together of why was I being this way around people is because I felt like that if I received him as a friend who was mentally challenged, received her as gay, received him as a transsexual, received him as asexual, and you picked the list, that you were going to judge me based on how I treated them. And for me, I like them because I'm a guy that enjoys experience. Unfortunately, the experience that was forced upon me was outside of my range, and so this has allowed me to have connection with people who's gone through the same thing. Some of them have taken different routes, whether they've gone through what we call changes, what have you, but I never felt indifferent through what they went through. And so if their instinct was to be transsexual, if their instinct was to be bisexual, or their instinct was to be whatever, for me, I ain't give a shit. I still would rock with you. And for them, it allowed us to be closer because they did live that world of complexity. And so I was like this person who could fit in all these other areas at the same time, where it allowed me to feel connected. Was that although I found, for lack of better words, more comfort in the people who were outsiders versus the people that told me I should have been an insider, being a Marine, being the good looking, being the whatever it was to be like, oh, you're a good man. I fear the ridicule. That's the word. I fear the ridicule of, oh, Kyle. And once again, no one did that. It's just I feared it. And so instead of me trying to do like how as I see it now, I projected those insecurities and I attacked the people I love, and then they responded, which was the way they responded, and right. And so now I see it, and the whole breakthrough happened right here. So, but yeah. But I also, that's the rundown. But I was, it's a little bit longer than that. So, although this may not seem like twin flames, understanding this level of breaking down my past allows my energy to increase. Those dark moments were scary for me. I didn't want to think about it. Now they're not scary for me. I can get energy from it. I can feel, I'm not this. Holy shit, I'm this because I'm accepting to everybody. I got judged because I didn't feel like that they were a bad thing. I got judged because of what they do in their bedroom. I think that's exciting. I think it's lovely. I think it's dope. I think it's fun. I wish I had that. No, not what they're doing, the passion. And so, I lived that life and being judged. And I see it now. Damn. Right? I used to make the joke, I'm the black guy that can swim. Where are you from? Brothers didn't swim. Releasing this puts your vibration higher. And so if your twin flame, your twin flame is pulled to you or attracted to you at higher frequencies when your vibration is high, your twin flame is still going to come into your life. And it's not a factor of if you're ready or not. Whenever you meet your twin flame, you are ready. But what you think ready is I get with her, we marry, we have kids. Nah, that's not what ready may. Ready may not necessarily mean that. Ready may be I don't get to be with her for 6 years, or married could be she's married and I'm going to ensure that she has a good life by me being loving to myself with my wife or my whatever or what have you. And so by I don't want to say dealing. Learning how to process what we call trauma has allowed me to be more confident in my skin, in my mind, and my spirit. And so when somebody's around me, it's no different than creating the energy of a child who can poise themselves and enjoy TV or enjoy and be mannerable around you, but also be exciting and thrilling. And so by doing that with my trauma, made me realize why twin flames are real. Because that energy is not something you do by yourself. I would be contradicting myself if I talk about, manifesting help and building teams. If I'm sitting here saying that twin flames are not real, it's not possible. So, as far as the full spectrum on how if you've hung in here all this time, is that by really sitting in my shadow, feeling that it's okay and not to run from my darkness, not to be afraid of my trauma, that my trauma doesn't define me and enhances me, that my trauma are the steps for me to see the future to its truest existence. I was trying to think of a saying where I say, take your past and use it as a cape for the future. And my point being is that once you know where you came from, you'll definitely be able to know where you're going. You'll be able to fly. That's why I started coming up with the X's and the lessons and, being able to see that no matter what your ex did to you, it's for you to be the woman that you or the man that you want to be. So the good way is to look at it. If you thought she was insecure, and I'm just kind of recapping, I know there's people in here. If you thought she was insecure, if you thought he was insecure, you thought they were no good, you have a child, you end the relationship, you go to another relationship, you have a child with that person, that parent leaves, the child feels like they'll never amount to the parent that's gone. Before you get a chance to tell them that they're beautiful, before you get a chance to have affirmations, before you get a chance to tell them that they're all that in a bag of chips, what ends up happening is that you get taken away. They're in foster care. They're touched on now by two mentally challenged men. Now they're 15. They get adopted. Now they're 19. Now they're grown men. Now they're dating you, and you say you're A, B, C, and D, not knowing that this woman or this man went through all these other different things and not realizing that they've never seen a love like yours. And so if you as a person say, I believe in twin flames, and what you're saying is that it doesn't matter who comes to my life, I'm going to love you. Whether it's a twin flame or not, it's a decision that we can make as a team. And I see that you can be loving to somebody else and they can never like you. But if it's a true twin flame story, it doesn't matter. with or without you, they're going to be loving to you. And so when they think about you in the absence of you, because they're a twin flame, they're going to think about you in love. So twin flames are never separated. They're divided. And so it's divide and conquer. It's like you and I are together, and I respect your movement, sweetie. Go ahead and handle your business. And in your absence, I don't care if you're with another man. I don't care if you got other kids. I don't care if you're married. That's not how I move. I want to make sure that no matter what your decision is, with or without me, that it's loving. And if I can support you and help you, then that's what I'm going to do. Good news is I don't have to be a twin flame to do that. But it does make it a little bit different if you and the twin flame are doing that intentionally. So, but yeah, that's all for those who are just not joining. That's what this particular live is about. So your twin flame, hopefully you'll catch it again and just, let some of that information sink in. Thank you, Bree, for the love. Thank you, She Wolf. Thank you, May. When is it safe to tell possible lovers about your trauma? As soon as you feel comfortable that your trauma is just yours. So for me, I'm acceptable of my trauma now. And I'm very aware that my trauma can, for lack of better words, trigger somebody in my life. The identifying case is that if I'm able to be vulnerable and speak it to you, you'll see it. And if you're loving, even the slightest, you could, sit there and be like, oh, you good with it? I'm like, I'm good. I just want to let you know, right? But this is only, let me take that back. If it affects you in a way that causes you harm, I share this with people now so that they can have that strength for the story. But if you and I are together in a relationship, and I know that you and I are not, for lack of better words, trauma bonded from our past, and that's all it is, right? These things are still, you and I can sit on the couch and watch TV and literally feel like we're on vacation because you know how to be you, I know how to be me, and now we know how to be we with each other, and we don't have to worry about the trauma. The world, right? We don't have problems, right? We're the solution. So we get to sit down and chill and enjoy life. And so it's not necessarily that, let them know about your trauma, but it's more so of when you know that you can navigate it with or without anybody, then let them know when you feel comfortable and your intentions on. Outside of that, no matter what your battle wounds are, you should literally just be sitting with the significant other, just kind of like, I remember this, I went through this. I'm like, well, how'd you overcome that? Well, I realized this later. Some people are like, yeah, this happened to me. I'm like, how you deal with it? It happened to me. Oh, you still, okay, all right. No, I got it. I thought you, no, well, you could, right? And some people don't get to that level. So that trauma is still, and they feel they still in that person, they still feel like they're the hurt little boy, the hurt little girl, that victim, although they might be 20, 30, 40, 50 in their minds, in that time frame, they're stuck in time. And this is what we call trauma bonding. They're bonding to that time frame. And so if you yourself, can navigate that, as I look at it from my perspective, then you tell when you feel like, I guess, best said, need it. Thank you, Kika Bree. Appreciate it, love. Excuse me. Thank you. Okay, I'll check you out, May. But gotta be careful when you share our trauma with. Can be thrown and used against us. That's my fear. Yeah, Allison, hit me up, sweetie. Right? So remember, if you have fear, good. Fear means go near. Finally embracing all reality. Check this out. Do you fear everything? Nope. So when I get scared of shit, I know it might sound backwards, but pay attention to your pattern of the past. When I get scared of shit, there's something there for me. It's pretty dope when I started switching my narrative towards it. I'm not scared of everything, or I don't have that feeling towards everything. You know what I'm saying? And so that doesn't mean do it. That means become observant. Like, why am I scared to talk about what I've been through? Or why am I afraid to express that, right? Don't give a shit if they trust you or not. They can say the most ugliest thing. If it's truly a true flame, twin flame, and they're truly being loving to you, then doesn't matter. What's up, Alexandra? Thank you, Red Tape. Thank you, Red Bone. Thank you. What time do you start your lives? What time was it today? I think 12, maybe 1. I don't know, maybe 2. I don't know how long. Sometimes I'll be shocked how long I'll be on here. Love that you call it battle wounds. That's all it is. We be sitting there like, hey, listen, right here. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was her fault, but I didn't have to put my arm out there. So, yeah. But I learned. She was just doing her and I was just doing me. But that motherfucker hurt like a bitch though. Why I was in that mother crying? I was so mad at her. But you're fine. Yeah, no time there, Black Canvas. Yeah, I ain't gonna say nothing. Daily, yes. Appreciate it, Bone. Appreciate it, Red Bone. Oh wow, that's what's up. The GOAT? Y'all is dope. The GOAT? Give me a big boy second. Wait, you were talking about me though, right? I really do appreciate y'all support. Like, oh man, I love y'all. All right. Good morning, Simple Baked Goods. That doesn't matter. I'm glad you stayed on because I had to break. Good. A little bit. I think I got like a funny bone or two. Just a tad bit. And I know a little math. Listen, y'all, I'm trying to learn how to accept compliments. Thank you. I'm trying. I appreciate it. It's pretty dope. I'm not saying I don't get them. I'm just saying I don't receive them well. I get them. So I'll be doing stuff like, oh, I appreciate that, y'all. And then I'll just be like, I really do appreciate that. Like, because if someone gives you something nice, you want to be able to be like, oh, no, thank you. As opposed to a person like, yo, thank you. Which one you feel, right? So whenever y'all say it, like, it's the observation of what I feel. And so the old condition, somebody says something nice, your hands, whatever. I'm like, oh, thank you. Because I got manners, but I didn't have the emotions or passion mixed with it. Wow. Like, I have manners. And so now, it's like I have the manners like, thank you. And then I'm just like, no, I can put my emotions like, hey, I'm not really used to that. Like, I used to hear people say it and I used to think negative thoughts. So now when I hear it, it's like, and so I do mean thank you. Yeah. You want to create, what you want to create, Kaysen? Not today math, but old school math. Oh, right. Old school. Right. You see that new math? I was like, I get it, but I can't help my babies. Thank you, Meg. I appreciate that. Y'all keep on that manifesting. Y'all show me that love. Self-worthy. You're absolutely worthy. Yeah, I mean, y'all are awesome. I'm not gonna cry. Thank you, Simple Baked Goods. I don't know. I live in a small. We meditate. Make a quiet place. Okay. Shit, we about to do. Oh, this is nice. About to do it right now. So just kind of put the manifestation on there so the work can start happening. To the level of I'm going to be on daily to where I foresee where it's schedules and everything, manifestation at this time, and we literally get on, talk 10 minutes. How's everybody doing? Laughing and joking. If you're here, we have moderators. Hey, you're going to be here. Like, I already see, like, I see all the steps. I trust the universe to have it, right? And so I'll start it in the sense of, like, it's coming where I will manifest. We'll meditate, let's just say, 10 to 11, right? And so get on at 9:30, as an example, laugh, joke, and a solid meditation, right? And it's not to necessarily teach. And the reason being is because you're never not meditating. And so if you want to know how to meditate, like you really want to know how to meditate, you need an example. And by the sight of meditation increases your knowledge to meditation. And so the more and more you meditate, the more and more comfortable you get about it. Intuitively, you'll want to start knowing more and more about it. As a group, we start, sharing what it is that we know, the different, right? And for me, as a group, as I see it in my head, I really just want you to be able to do this thing that we call breathing mindfully. And, right, like, you want to do tantra, you get to the point of, right, tantric is not physical. Most people think it's physical. It's literally, it's energetic, and you're sitting there, right? And I'm going to do my best I can not to think about talking to you and just see myself. And we're not going to do it for 10 minutes, but I could. I've done it for an hour. I've literally stared at myself and just, no judgment, and just go. And so if you can get a mirror, you'll do this thing. You'll get lost in yourself. You'll see your moles. You'll look at your lips, the creases, your teeth, your cavities, your tongue, your neck. I mean, you do it. And you feel yourself connecting. But when you close your eyes, you do the same. And so it's easier to do it with your eyes closed, but I'm realizing that there's an advantage, a very deep advantage by being able to see yourself in a way that some people probably can never see you. And self-love. And if you can do that on something as simple as meditating, just a few minutes, like really looking, right? Like, do you love yourself so much when you get to the point you'll be like, man, right? Now imagine you saw your children doing that and they're in the mirror and you're like, what you doing? I'm looking at my face. I look at my face. All right? Would you not put your face in the mirror with them? Would you not go over there and ensure that what they looking at is just as beautiful as what you see? And join them and let them know that them finding and discovering their beauty is what they should do with or without you. And so if yourself is not able to bring that type of peace towards yourself by yourself, there's a good chance that you probably won't do it in a relationship in a healthy way. I'm not saying that you can't do it, just in a healthy way. So if you want to be able to do that meditation, so I see all that coming up. And when we get to that level, don't let it be the only time. Know that you're always meditating and just look at this as a different form. Oh, we're going to meditate with use love first, or we're going to meditate, I don't know, we'll call it something, right? I got all types of fun stuff in my head. And when you do that, there's no pressure. There's no, I got to meditate. It's, if you catch it for 10 minutes, cool. Because there's some people who don't meditate at all. And the 10 minutes we do, I've learned will do wonders for you. So as much as I love to talk, take that as a prelude to those who want to take meditation just a little bit more, because I love what I do. And I'm realizing, I think that's like the universe way of saying, like, yeah, this is you here. This is you, kid. Yeah, the fact that I just said what I said, and I know that it's recorded, like, yeah, this is it. Like, I don't know nothing else. Right? So let's go ahead and get this popping. I appreciate y'all joining me. All right, here we go. Please share my stuff. I saw somebody subscribe to YouTube already. Appreciate that. Hashtag use love first. And let's go and get started and get the lights cut off. Deep breaths, relax, sit down, lay down. No bad thoughts. Mindful breathing, whether you do it with your eyes open in the mirror or not, that's fine. But if you're just gonna breathe, feel the air, love the air. If the air was somebody that you enjoyed compassionately, intimately, then let the air be that. And so when you breathe in, you'll smile and you think about them. I don't care if it's yourself. I made the moon my twin flame. You can make the air your soulmate, but you got to learn how to connect with things. If you can treat nature like that, how do you think you're going to treat a person when they're in your life? I'm talking about truly. And so feel that breathing and take it as a way of like, and let it guide you, whatever your thoughts are. All right. Thank y'all. Sorry, Red Bull. All right, here we go. I love y'all. If you leave, I still love you. Appreciate you joining. All right, y'all. Appreciate the love, y'all. Appreciate the love. If you're interested in one-on-one, please hit me up on direct message, and we'll go from there. You become what you think about. Yes. Oh my God, I'm a big fan of your TikTok. Thank you, Damien. I appreciate that. All right. So if I didn't get to answer your question, please hit me up, and then we'll go from there. Chakra Rice, or Raiz. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. Raiz from Spotify. Good morning, Jack. Thank you, Lisa. All right, She Wolf, I got you, love. Excuse me. All right. Peace. Be easy. Have a good night / good morning.